Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Want more Men's Room content? Follow the Men's Room page of the Odyssey app and check out my live stream, A Moment with Mike Hawk and Nothing in Particular with Steve the Thrill Hill. Going live Thursdays and Fridays at 1 exclusively on the Men's Room page of the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to Season 18, Episode number 3949. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, 310 Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has 10 foods that you did not know were actually junk food. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, fundable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drink it a day. All right, here we go. I'm not very good at shoplifting, Florida man tells the cops. Meanwhile, a spider that can bite and give permanent erections.
Yeah.
That's a place where I'd like to shop. West Virginia DJ gets into a whole lot of trouble with the law. A Bend man who shot himself in the thigh was quick on the draw. And if someone puts 26 pounds of dynamite in your car, are they your friend? That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the can.
Good job, kid.
I mean, that's pretty much right there, dude. If you gave me like a 1 Mississippi, we'd have been right there. It is synced up perfect. But you call us, we will spin the category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Kyle, who thought that Catmandu was what you found in Peter Chris's toilet, and found a way to answer 14 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
Big contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. You can like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, or send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the tells, away we go. Welcome to Season 18, episode number 3,949. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. Head chef is back in the house. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. You have 10 foods that maybe you did not realize were actually junk foods.
Correct. And I think most of this list won't surprise you, but a lot of times you're thinking you're making a healthier choice, and It's almost the same equivalent.
This is like granola.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. Dried fruit.
You'll know some of the list.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too.
It won't shock you. But there's still a lot of people that don't realize.
Right. Oh, this is a very healthy snack. Is it?
It just said sugar-free. It does not mean it's healthy.
It's dried fruit is what it is. It's very sugary. So, 10 foods you didn't know were junk foods coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you today? More Men's Room every Monday through Friday at 6, exclusively on the Odyssey app. And as we play Big Dummy every Thursday, we like to do a little bit of Big Dirty Dummy coming up on...
Is it Dirty Big Dummy or big dirty dummy?
Dirty big dirty dummy, whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
So dirty big dummy, not big
you know
dirty
the game.
Dummy.
I give you 10 questions, and then the bonus question is worth 2 points. Each individual question is worth 1. We go back to the tried and true and names of porn stars.
All right.
And we have one actual real name of a porn star. The other 3 are ones that I made up.
How much fun did you have coming up with the other 3?
I had much fun. For an example, is Ben Insider? Is he an actual?
Is N the middle initial?
Yes, Ben Insider. Is that an actual? Betty Humpter. Is Betty Humpter a porn star? See Mike Rack. Is that a porn star or is it not?
Okay.
Yes. Dang Lin Wang.
Dang Lin Wang.
Save it for that.
Yes, good times.
They know.
Dirty Big Dummy is on the way with the Men's Room Happy Hour. If you don't have the Odyssey app, download it now. It's absolutely free. And then search for the Men's Room page. That's where you'll find all things Men's Room, including the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. Keep in mind it's explicit for a reason because of Ted's potty mouth. But you can also find the podcast on there, the MegaCast, our daily podcast, Greatest Story Never Told podcast. We do a best of podcast every week. If you missed the show and you just want to catch up on about 45 minutes to an hour of some of our better moments from the week, that is on there. Our Men's Room radio channel is on there as well. So there's all kinds of cool stuff there, and it's absolutely free on the Odyssey app.
And you can join anywhere from 600 to 18,000 other people.
Yeah, that are listening.
Correct.
They're listening.
You never know. Is it a small group or thousands of us?
You really don't know.
Depends on what advertiser you're talking to.
Right.
You're right. Nobody knows, apparently.
Right.
Download that Odyssey app now. We'll see you coming up for the Men's Room Happy Hour at 6 o'clock.
I'm the greatest alive.
That's right.
No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Right.
And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin a category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy has been Kyle. Took Kyle 14 questions to get one right. And as when we play Big Dummy, we like to do a little Men's Room poll. The last time, it was sunny outside, so we figured ice cream would be the way to go here. So we said, hey, pick one of these treats. You're late at night there, you're having the munchies. What are you going to take? And your choices
Watch
were...
out for the munchies. They have ways of making you eat when you're not hungry. Hey, munch this. Hey, munch that. Hey, munch this. Now you're fat.
Don't get mad at me. That was an actual PSA.
Trying to get kids to not
nice.
smoke weed.
Yeah.
Basically, that was the whole underlying tone there. Okay, so we had the Choco Taco. We had the classic drumstick, the ice cream sandwich, and the chipwich. That is the 2 cookies with ice cream in the middle. Most of the time, it's vanilla.
And
It's surrounded by chocolate chips.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we established last week that the Choco Taco is no longer in production, right? But there's something very similar that its name I cannot remember now.
Didn't someone say they went and found a Choco Taco, but the expiration date was like 2014?
No, it was 2012. We were talking about the Choco Taco, and that day they were at the fish bait shop, found a Choco Taco, went to buy it, and realized, because we had said they're not being produced anymore. So he texted us to let us know the expiration date was 2012.
And the other one that you were thinking of is that we found that there was an alternative from Walmart called the It's It, but that was not a Choco Taco. That was a
UFO.
It was the one that had the a UFO.
UFO, okay.
Yeah,
oh yeah, because Miles grew up with the UFO.
Yes, the UFO. And I'm going to find those. What is it? It's or whatever.
Is it It's It or It's? It's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look for that.
It should not be this confusing.
So we put the poll up for you on Twitter every week, and you get to vote there. And this is how everything shook down from our last men's room poll. Coming in at fourth place, that would be the Chipwich, believe it or not. Only 10% of you. That's one of my favorite ice cream treats, but you said, hey.
I'm with you. I think people just don't remember them.
It's the least chosen one.
Well, the other problem with the Chipwich is that Toll House and then like M&M, everybody's making better quality cookie sandwiches. Mm-hmm. It's just not fair to the Chipwich.
Yeah. Coming in at third place, that would be the Choco Taco. 22% of you said that would be my late night munchie ice cream snack. Coming in second place, the tried and true ice cream Sando. Yeah. At 29% of the vote there, my broski. Yeah. And the number one thing, if you could pick any single kind of ice cream, that would be the drumstick coming in at 39% of the vote. So that's where you said you would go on the men's room poll. Grr. Yeah. This week on the men's room poll, oh boy, man, this is going to be kind of an interesting one today. Follow along if you can. All right. We'll start with this story. I've had a personal experience with this as far as one of my friends. More than 100,000 people in the U.S. have become allergic to red meat since 2010 because of a weird syndrome triggered by tick bites, according to the government report released just last week. A second report then estimated as many as 450,000 Americans have developed the allergy. That would make it the 10th most common food allergy in the U.S. Now, health officials said they are not aware of any confirmed deaths. Keep that in mind. You are not going to die. But people with the allergy have described it as bewildering and terrifying. I never connected it with any food because this actually all goes down hours after you eat.
Right.
So sometimes if you have an immediate allergic reaction to something, whatever your swelling is or your itching, you'll know pretty quickly. Not in this case. I never connected it with any food because it was hours after, according to one patient. The reaction, called alpha-gal syndrome, occurs when an infected person eats beef, pork, venison, lamb, or any other meat from mammals.
Damn.
That includes goats and everything else. Or, there's more, ingests milk, gelatin, or other mammal products.
Okay.
All right? So you can't have milk anymore. You can't have ice cream anymore. Anything that involves anything that comes from a mammal. That's not
that cheese, too?
Yeah. It depends. Is it goat cheese? Most cheeses are from a mammal.
I can't think of a cheese that's not from a mammal off the top of my head.
A chicken cheese or something. Right. I'm not sure. It's not caused by a germ, but by sugar, an alpha-gal that is the meat for mammals, and in tick spit. So when the sugar enters the body through the skin, it triggers an immune response. It can lead to severe allergic reactions. What do we have here? People with the syndrome can experience symptoms including hives, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, difficulty breathing, dizziness, and swelling of the lips, throat, tongue, and eyes. Unlike other food allergies, which occur soon after eating, these reactions hit hours later. Some patients have only stomach symptoms. People with unexplained diarrhea, nausea, abdominal pain should be tested for the syndrome. Doctors counsel people with the allergy to change their diet, and they carry like epinephrine. Epinephrine. Thank you. And avoid tick bites. So you could be bit by a tick. That is number one. Keep in mind, your meat days are done. Mm-hmm. Your cheese days are done. And you are going to get sick. Next up, this is hot off the press. We go to Austria. Instead of Australia for a change. A supermarket in Austria was evacuated after a highly venomous spider was spotted in the store. That creature has a bite that can not only kill, but also cause permanent erections.
It's like being a teenager again.
The deadly spider in question is the Brazilian wandering spider. And in fact, it's ironic, but it's kind of hairy.
No, it shaves around its genitalia.
Gotcha. It was reportedly spotted in the store. Now, the creature has reached Europe before, usually by hiding in bunches of bananas that are being shipped to the store. The 4-inch black and red spider, which is a pretty good-sized spider, apparently popped up in the Penny supermarket in Krems, which is about 45 miles west of Vienna. The store called authorities after Tuesday's sighting, and the shop has been shut down ever since. It is super scary. The spider is still on the loose, despite an extensive search of the store. They spotted the spider. That does not mean they've caught it. That's why the store has not reopened. They believe it got there maybe in a banana crate. The Brazilian wandering spider is featured in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most venomous spider, and its bite can also cause hypothermia, blurred vision, and convulsions, in addition to constant erections. Choice number 2, you can get bit by this spider. All right. Number 3. A shark has attacked a person in New York for the first time in many, many years. The woman is in severe but stable condition. Media reports indicate
is
that...
severe worse than critical? I know grave is worse than critical.
No, right, that is, but that's the only thing worse, I think, than
so
critical.
where's severe? Because they're serious. Is severe between like serious and critical, I guess?
I think so.
Right, because when you're critical, you're probably in the ICU.
Bad. Grave, say your prayers.
Correct.
Woman is 65 years old, and her name is Tatiana Koltunuk. A spokesman for the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry confirmed that she is a Ukrainian citizen and resident. The victim's Ukrainian citizenship has been confirmed. The councils have contacted the healthcare facility in order to obtain information on her current condition and are also establishing contact with the woman's relatives to let them know. The shark bit Tatiana in the left leg while she was swimming near Rockaway Beach, which is not hard to reach if you want to catch a ride to Rockaway Beach near 59th. The victim was swimming alone when rescuers heard her screaming in agony for help. This is the first time a shark has attacked a human in this area in decades. The emergency rescuers pulled the victim out of the water and provided first aid before taking her to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center. She was in critical condition. Her condition was assessed as critical but stable. This was the most severe shark attack in New York waters since at least the 1950s. The bite marks suggest it was either a great white shark, but it could have been a bull or sand shark. Mm-hmm. Option number 3, you take a shark bite to the thigh.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is not going to be good. Now we head to Oregon for option number 4. A man who was cleaning his gun accidentally shot himself in the leg, then drove himself to the hospital this past Tuesday night. But on the way there, he lost consciousness and crashed into a pillar at the parking structure near St. Charles Bend. The incident prompted a brief lockdown of the hospital. So he crashed his car, he made it to the hospital. He crashed into one of the pillars of the parking garage. Officers responded about 10:45 p.m. on Tuesday night to a 911 call reporting his friend had shot himself, then crashed his car into a pole near the Northeast Bend Hospital. So the friend knows he shot himself. Why didn't the friend drive him to the hospital? Maybe the friend was not present at the time. I don't know. Officers found the car, it hit a pillar, and came to a rest on a sidewalk near the entrance. The man who police did not identify was found lying by the entrance to the center with a gunshot wound to his left thigh. A security guard was rendering aid to the man, and officers applied a second tourniquet to staunch the bleeding before he was taken by ambulance to the ER at a nearby hospital. Miller said the man's friend, who accompanied him to the hospital, he was there, and called 911, told officers the pair had been shooting handguns earlier in the day, returned to the injured man's apartment. He said they were drinking bourbon and cleaning their guns when the man accidentally pulled the trigger and fired a round into his own left thigh. Miller said he then drove himself to the hospital but lost consciousness and hit the pillar near the entrance.
Again, what was his friend doing? I'll ride with you, but I'm not driving.
Yes.
Why was the gun loaded if you're cleaning it?
I don't know.
Because they're drinking bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how when you break them down, there can't be one in there.
They didn't say they broke them down. They just said they're cleaning them.
Never cleaning them. Jesus. So, our men's room poll. You are going to pick one of these things happening to you. You are either bit by a tick. Keep in mind with the meat allergies and all that, you know where that's going. Bit by a spider. You might die, but you'll have a constant erection. It will not go away. Option 3, you are bit by a shark while swimming. The woman survived. She's in the hospital.
She's severe condition.
In severe condition. And the fourth one, shoot yourself in the left thigh with a gun. Mm-hmm.
So the spider's the worst. Because you could die, and I don't want to walk around with an erection all the time.
But look, if you don't die and you end up with a permanent erection, I don't know about your teen years, but I feel like from the time I woke up until the time I went to bed, it wasn't great, but the erection was there. I can make judgment calls on the clothes I'll wear with the erection. The tick, basically, you're reducing me down to everything I hate. Well, you can eat vegetables. That is not what I want to do.
No,
I'm with you, but I get the kind of fun aspect of, but if you were aroused at all times, I think it would just be painful.
That would hurt, yeah.
That's
I would imagine it would be.
That one would, Yeah, I'm out on that one.
But so you'd rather have the tick deal than the erection deal?
Well, no, I'm going to shoot myself in the thigh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's plain and simple.
So if I'm a researcher working for a pharmaceutical company, or I'm an independent researcher looking for cures to different things, whatever, I'm finding the spider.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to find out what it is about this spider that even causes a permanent erection. That's fine. If we don't give the same dosage, is this something like a Viagra that you could take, or a Cialis, or whatever?
Oh, I'm sure they've already studied it.
You'd have to know what that protein or what that element or whatever the hell that is that's causing that to happen. But we do know, based on those drugs, that you need to seek immediate medical attention
over 4 hours.
Over 4 hours. So
Correct.
if you're having a permanent one, what does that mean? Does that mean that every 4 hours you got to go see a doctor? Or
I think the difference is if you have a 4-hour erection based on that medication, all right, you need to see it because the medication.
But this was just going to be
the
there.
spider. It's like, no, if you have a permanent erection, everything's working fine.
Okay,
I've cursed you.
I don't think I could take the tick just based on the on the cheese end of things more even so than the meat end of things.
But it's both. I mean, like pizza's out.
Pepperoni pizza with cheese.
Cheese out.
Ice
cream.
I had a piece of pepperoni pizza last night. Freaking delicious.
Me too. 2 slices.
From Pagliacci's. So I
went to Sopranos. But either way, it was great. But I could not eat that. Butter would be out for God's
Yeah, that
sakes.
one would be tough.
Like you really couldn't eat out.
Right, like I could get around not eating red meat. But
I
you're
could
right,
live with
it's the dairy where you're just like, you got to be kidding me.
But now,
could you eat margarine? Is margarine vegetable based?
Yeah, this is vegetable oil.
I mean,
so
there
you could
is-
replace certain things.
Yeah, but margarine tastes like oil. That's the problem.
You could have turkey. Well, you know, you could have turkey bacon. You could not have regular bacon.
Correct. You can have fowl. So it's all basically the tick affected mammals and dairy.
Yes.
So I could have vegan cheese.
You can have vegan cheese. You can eat chicken. You can eat turkey.
But you can't have ham anymore. You can't have pork ribs anymore. You can't have beef ribs anymore. You can't have
ribs.
Ribs, period.
I don't know why that was funny.
I don't know what other animal you're going to, brother.
But I'm like, that's right.
I mean, all these different things. It's just it's too much for me. And my buddy's got it, and he seems to be fine with it. But I can tell it's somewhat annoying because
Hell yeah.
it's just difficult for him to go to a bar and eat. Or
you want sliders?
He's a single dude. He's our age. You know, he doesn't cook a lot at home, but ever since this has happened, he cooks more and more and more based on the fact that it's very difficult for him to go out in the group and eat salad or, you know, with chicken on top all the time. He's just like, you know, it's, you know, when the guy next to you is having a hamburger and he can eat French fries. But,
Right. I wear glasses. I have found a way to live without it. However, it sucks. I got to wear glasses.
But I can still eat.
I think in this instance, see, if you shoot yourself in the thigh, you have to explain that you shot yourself.
God, that's okay.
Now, out of the 4 reasons why, this one makes the most sense. But I might just go either bit by a shark.
Yes.
Because it's cool.
Yeah.
Or shot in the thigh.
Those are my 2 choices. I think getting bit by a shark just for the story.
Yes.
But that's all I get out of that.
Right.
Correct.
Bit by a tick is a boring story.
Right,
Sure.
and that sucks. But also, if I shot myself in the thigh, I think I would just, you know me, I don't lie, but I would just say things like, "Yeah, I've been shot before."
Because you're not lying.
How did it happen?
Now you have to tell the truth.
I don't like to tell the story.
But the thing is, if you just say, man, I was drunk on bourbon, let this be a lesson to you. Don't drink bourbon and clean your gun.
Or I just can't really think about and talk about that night anymore.
Yeah.
There
Now,
you go.
granted, and hopefully this lady survives. But I don't know. I feel like if I got attacked by a shark, once I heal up, I'm telling everybody.
Oh, I would. In a heartbeat.
Right? I'd be like, oh, Ted's here telling the shark story again. Great.
The poll is up now. If you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. All right, Big Dummy's coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Men's Room World Tour, stop number 4, going down Sunday. Mike's Chili Parlor in Ballard. We'll see you there from 3 until 6.
3 till 6.
Taking over Mike's Chili Bowl in the back.
Doors open at 2.
And they do.
Found that out today
All
from
right,
Mr.
very
Castle
good.
himself.
We've got Men's Room Original Ale, Uli's famous Men's Room Original Sausage, and Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company, plus live music from the Stoned Evergreen Travelers. The event is absolutely free.
Hell yeah.
If you're 21 years of age and older, weather's supposed to be fantastic. Hope to see you down at Mike's. Never been there, one of the most iconic places in all of Seattle.
Oh, without a doubt.
100 years, family owned and operated. And we're taking over the back area there. So hopefully we'll see you Sunday from 3 to 6 as the Men's Room World Tour makes its stop number 4 in Ballard. All right, the game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. Mike, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Not sober.
All right, Mike, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You are either bit by a tick, bit by a spider, bit by a shark, or shot in the thigh.
Bit by a shark.
Bit by a shark.
Is it from the story?
No, I mean, telling a story about being bit by a shark would be the cool thing to say to someone.
It's the best story out of all four, for sure.
Half the time when people are bit, they don't see the shark. They just feel the sharp pain, and they look down and go, oh, God.
I think I'd rather have that than see the shark come. You know what I mean?
I want to see it. I want to touch it.
I mean, technically you're touching it when its teeth are embedded in your leg.
I mean, when I tell the story, I fought it off, so it doesn't matter.
I'm curious to know, is poop a deterrent for a shark? Because if I see it coming, I'm going to poop myself. Of that, there's no doubt. All right, Mike.
Mike, what the hell are you doing?
Mike.
Oh, I'm at work still.
I thought you said you were not sober.
He did.
I meant to say sober.
Wait, you're sober?
Are we really going to judge him for being not sober at work?
Right.
No, I'm not.
No, me neither.
I've been there, brother. It's
all right,
all
Mike,
good.
I'll put you on Team Sober.
I gotta respect it, Mike.
Those are my favorite days at work, but the boss has told me you need less favorite days.
Mike, what do you do? What do you do? Demolition?
No, I deliver ice cream.
You deliver ice cream.
All right, then.
We'll go back to sober.
Mike, have you seen the Choco Taco? Is it still out there?
We do not deliver it anymore.
Okay, so must
no more
be
Choco
gone.
Taco. All right, Mike, here's your question. In Disney's Pinocchio, what was the name of Geppetto's cat?
Oh, yeah.
I knew you would know, Mike. Jesus, God.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Go, take a stab.
Whiskers.
Whiskers.
Popular Italian opera verse.
Opera singer or verse?
Verse. Figaro.
Oh,
Figaro, 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 which I believe translated means whiskers. All right, your question. How many colors are there in the spectrum?
7?
Damn. Good job, man.
Damn it, Ted.
Are you thinking the Philly spectrum? I'd say 2.
Yeah, they tore that down, I think.
Did they tear it down?
Yeah, they got a new arena.
Yeah.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Somebody here says pooping in the ocean is known as, quote, shark sugar. It does not deter sharks. It actually attracts them.
Oh.
Not shocking.
Good to know.
Give me some of that.
Hello. I'm going to eat some of that now. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Pre-season.
Hola.
Hola.
Josh, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
Josh, welcome to Big Dummy. All right, our men's room poll.
Thank you.
You're either bit by a tick, bit by a spider, bit by a shark, or you shoot yourself in the thigh. What are you taking?
Well, I think I'm taking the bullet to the thigh because all the rest sound like they suck pretty bad.
And a bullet to the thigh does not sound that bad in comparison, I guess.
They all sound bad.
Comparatively speaking, I feel like it's not the worst.
All right.
You know, I want to redo Spider-Man and have Spider-Man be bitten by that spider. I just wearing that tight-ass suit. So even though he's saving lives, like, dude, we can clearly see your erection.
Put that away.
There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry.
And that's not web.
Oh, God. All right, here's your question.
Right.
What European city is nicknamed the Eternal City?
Oh, goodness. Rome. I don't know.
There you go.
Okay, you do know.
Makes
One and
sense.
done, Josh. One and done.
All right, Josh, listen, because you are one and done, as you get a true or false question. Even though Ted, in my opinion, a little premature this week, Ted's subject is Santa's reindeer. And Ted, we know you're a huge fan of Christmas.
Love it.
It's August, man. Come on. But whatever. You did the work. So we're going to go with the
Spirit's always in your heart.
It is always in my heart. And he meant to say spear. So we cover all the reindeer here. We have Dasher, Donner, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. We will start randomly with Blitzen. So true or false, when Santa asked Blitzen why he was covered in blood, Blitzen responded, quote, Blitzen had to stab a bitch.
False.
I'm afraid that's true. That is true. Blitzen did, in fact,
With his antlers.
It was a gruesome story. We won't take it down that road, but Blitzen had to do what Blitzen had to do.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Before that, he was just called Bob.
Yeah. Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
This is man's work.
Hola.
Hola. Danny, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Danny, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. Pick one. You are either bit by a tick, bit by a spider, bit by a shark, or shoot yourself in the thigh.
Yeah, gunshot wound.
Taking the shot.
day.
Shotgun to the thigh.
Shot to the thigh, and you're to blame. You give bourbon a bad name.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, here's your question. Who said the quote, government of the people, by the people, for the people?
Oh, boy. Oh, it's one of a couple people. I'm going to go with Ben Franklin.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Dumbass Abe. But see, Abraham Lincoln, unlike Benjamin Franklin, as far as I know, has a sex move named after him. I don't think Benjamin.
No,
there might be. We got to look at it.
It just involves electricity.
Oh.
You ever shock a bitch?
That's a known quote from Benjamin Franklin. Ever shock a bitch?
So you need a key and a kite and a really stormy day, see?
And you lay outside naked and you wrap this around that. All right, your question. In what state would you find Glacier National Park?
Alaska?
Montana.
I'll be there in 2 weeks.
What part of Montana are you going to?
I'm going to be on Flathead Lake, but we're going to take a day, drive up to Kalispell, and go into the park right there.
Okay. Watch out for bears.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, go pet a bison for me.
I will follow all the rules.
Yes.
Miles asked me to pet a bison and take a picture.
He said.
All right, your question.
$100.
What planet has the shortest year at only 88 days?
Oh, it's gotta be one of the inside ones.
Correct. Whatever's closest, presumably.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I was like, the other planet's real hot. All right, I'll just go with Mercury.
You got it.
Oh, that is correct.
I thought it was a trick question.
Why'd you
think Venus was flying or something?
Exactly. You know, because the obvious answer is Mercury because it's the closest one to the sun. But
if you know the order of the planets, yeah, it's closest to the sun, so yeah, it's 88 days.
If you asked, it was like, okay, yeah.
You don't trust me. I see what it is.
You get old there real quick.
Yeah.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 round.
Hello, Steven. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. You know, I just did the math on Mercury. I'd be over 200 years old.
Look like hell. Steven, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy. All right, our men's room poll. Are you going to get bit by a tick, bit by a spider, bit by a shark, or shot in the thigh?
I'm going with the cool story, bit by a shark.
Shark it is.
I don't know that that's worth the story. It is a cool story. I just don't know.
Ukrainian woman comes to the United States.
Yeah.
She goes to New York, of all places. Gets bit by a shark.
Yeah.
Cool story.
Sort of, because all I can think is, man, that sucks.
Ted and I were talking during the break that in the moment, the shark bite sucks the worst.
Yes.
But in the long
Agreed.
run, it's kind of the best one.
Yeah, you're right.
But if you are a Ukrainian resident, like you're living in Ukraine right now, you read that story in the paper and you go, lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Does she still live in Ukraine?
Yeah, I think she was visiting from Ukraine.
Well, that part of New York, too, has a huge, I think,
Ukrainian population. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you're living in Ukraine, like, did you get bitten by a shark?
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
On vacation.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I forget Queens has real beaches.
You'd never think about it.
No.
But yeah, it absolutely does. They're pretty massive beaches.
Yeah.
The beaches of Queens.
Yeah, the beaches of Queens. Not what I expected to see. All right, your question. It depends who's saying it. What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine?
Ooh, nice.
Sangria.
Yeah.
Easy, ladies.
Nice.
Is that a one and done?
That is a one and done for Steven.
All right, hang on. We have our true or false Santa reindeer questions put together by our very own the Ted Smith. This time, we talk about the reindeer Vixen. True or false? Vixen freaks out the other reindeer because she has mange and refuses to do anything about it.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. She's so weird, man.
I know.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 rock.
Not where, who, Mike. Hello, Nate. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Nate, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
Sober Nate, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. You are either bitten by a tick, by a spider, by a shark, or you shoot yourself in the thigh. What are you taking?
Shark attack.
Shark attack.
Sharks never knew they were so popular.
Just for the story.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no other reason why you want to be attacked by a shark other than to have the story to tell.
Yeah, help me pull some chicks,
Right, and there's a bar in Delaware I love called the Starboard. It has a giant shark on it.
Right.
There's bars called Sharkies.
Yep.
Nobody's like, you want to get a drink down at Tick's?
Ticks.
Right?
You make a strong point. Couldn't afford Sharkies, we went down to Ticks.
Yeah.
Drinks are cheaper, ladies are easier.
Yeah.
All right, your question. Which professional sports league was formed in 1949? Hang on, Nate.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
All right, Nate, no brown words when you're thinking.
I know, jeez. Amateur hour. I'm gonna go NBA.
You got it. Boom.
One and done.
Another freaking one and done. All right, well, we have Ted's big list of true or false questions regarding Santa's reindeer. True or false? Comet likes to suck on the other reindeer's hooves when they sleep.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
Absolutely. He's a freak. It freaks them out, dude. They hate it. He just can't stop. He says it's a compulsion. He is in therapy.
Yep. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Guess who it is, Ted? James, welcome to the men's room.
Hola, ladies.
Hola. James, sober or not sober?
Sober. Put the beer on the shelf.
All right, James,
what's
still
up,
Gosworth. Okay. All right, what are you going to do there? Get bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or are you going to shoot yourself in the thigh?
Well, I'll skip the Darwin Award, thank you, and just go with the shark bite because, like everybody else said, it's at least a cool story.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only problem is with so many of you being bitten by sharks now, the coolness of the story, it goes down. So Ted walks into the bar. We said, man, what's up with that scar? Ted says, I was attacked by a shark. 10 minutes later, Mike rolls in. Hey, dude, what's up with that scar? Bitten by a shark. James, by the time you get around to it, tell me you're bitten by a shark. All right, we've heard it.
We were all on the same fishing trip.
Now it matters. Now it
better than
matters.
saying I shot myself with my own gun.
Yeah, that's never a good look. Well, Ted had about just say, I've been shot.
All right, I've been shot. I don't go into details.
I was in my own home and I was shot. Can you believe that, S?
Yeah.
See, you're not lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Who shot you? Believe it or not, man, the guy's name was Steve.
Right. Ted.
His brother was in my house named Steve, and he shot me in my thigh. All right, your question.
If I have 2 more drinks, I'll tell you who it was.
The greatest breakfast cereal ever, also known as Cinnamon Toast Crunch, is known as what's in England? Is it Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cinnamon Krispies, Curiously Cinnamon, or Cinnamon Squares? So again, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is known as what's in England? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cinnamon Krispies, Curiously Cinnamon, or Cinnamon Squares?
Let's go with Cinnamon Krispies.
Squares?
Curiously Cinnamon.
Because cinnamon's curious.
How did you guess that, Mike? I thought that sounded the least likely.
One, it sounds very English and quirky, but the other part of it is I do remember as a kid, like all the commercials were like, can this guy see why kids loved it? You know, because for whatever reason they could never figure out that it was so blasted with cinnamon sugar flavor.
So they were curious. Okay, curious.
Yeah, well, you know their slogan.
What's that?
By Curiously Cinnamon.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, tell me more about this cinnamon.
Ooh. Where does she work?
Can I try cinnamon?
Eat it, Mike.
One time in college,
Look, I'm willing to bet money this weekend there'll be a girl on stage in Portland named Cinnamon.
Oh, no doubt.
I've experimented with cinnamon from time to time. I'm not opposed to it.
The Cinnamon Challenge.
Yeah.
Can you put it in your mouth for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
All right, multiple choice question for you. In what decade did the word teenager first appear? The 1620s, 1720s, 1820s, or 1920s?
Go to the 1920s.
Got it. Well, back in the day, people only lived to like 20 or 30 something.
You know what? That is a very you're middle-aged.
Right, you were a child, and then at like 14, it's like, you're an adult.
Your dad, King Tut, 9 years old. Cool. Rule the kingdom, brother.
More Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
KISW and the fine folks at Mary's Place teaming up for Cakes for Kids.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable. The summer is almost over. Kids getting ready to go back to school. Now, Mary's Place, they shelter over 400 kids in the area. And they're all going back to school, and they need your help with a brand new pair of shoes. Kids actually get to pick out their own style of shoe that they want, so they can have the confidence they need when they go back to school. The goal is to reach $20,000. We're going to try to get there by next Friday. That is key, because those kids are getting ready to go back to school. They get to pick their own brand, their own style, and all that stuff. $50, that puts the youngsters in a pair of brand new shoes. $100 does it for the teenagers. Please do what you can now by heading to KISW.com. All right, the game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
Mark, are you sober or not sober?
I just poured my first beer out of the kegerator.
You're sober,
Ooh,
Mark.
The kegerator. I like it. What kind of beer you got in there, man?
Left over from a grad party from my daughter, so it's Coors Light, Redneck sodas.
Nothing wrong with that.
Redneck sodas.
Had a couple of them last night.
I thought old Bush Lattes had that locked down.
But they're Bush Latte.
Bush Latte.
Our Men's Room poll, Mark. What are you going to take here? Getting bit by a tick, bit by a spider, a shark, or getting shot in the thigh?
I've already been bit by two, so I'll take the shark.
Take the shark.
So you've been bit by a tick and a spider.
Yep.
All right, so what was the fallout from either one of those bites?
I had like very big swelling and oozy pus from the spider bite.
That's hot.
Was that a brown recluse spider?
I don't know. Don't know what spider it was. It was weird.
You're just assuming it was.
Yeah, I guess.
Isn't that what everyone assumes, though? Like, you know when you've been stung, because that's one thing. But I feel like if someone's been bitten, like, while they sleep,
right?
It's always a spider. Spiders might be like, listen, bitches, we don't bite you in bed. We don't know where this came from. It's the ants.
Where did you find your tick? Was it in your hair?
My belt line.
No way. Now, did you get Lyme disease?
No, but I did go to the doctor for it.
Okay.
Did you get Lemon's disease?
Process.
Okay. All right, here's your question. Which children's show dog's parents had jobs as an airport security dog and as an archaeologist? Apparently, they could sniff out the bones, you see. So it's a children's show.
I have no clue.
Just guess a dog from a children's show. All right, hang on.
Oh,
Bluey?
It is Bluey.
There you go.
How did you know that?
I was randomly Googling Bluey yesterday.
Bluey, there's Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He needed the money.
There's Paw Patrol. I think that's about it. That's all I can go through. Oh, I hate Paw Patrol.
When I was at that 1K last Saturday, one guy had his kids with him. When the one kid was dressed up like Paw Patrol.
Really?
Yes.
I said a horrible comment. It just came out on a Saturday at the Sea Fair party that I'm at.
All right.
A bunch of people there were kids, and they were talking. This particular woman had a younger kid with her, and she's just like, man, oh, man. I have to watch Paw Patrol all the time. I'm like, look, those years are done for me, but I remember vividly, absolutely hated it. So I have never wanted to pull out a gun and shoot a puppy in the head until I saw Paw Patrol. I'm like, I know that sounded bad, man, but that's where that show got me to. It really did.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I yelled, "Oh, the cops are here!" And it was a small child. He was like, "What?" I was like, "You're dressed as a cop." He's like, "It's Paw Patrol." I was like, "Yep."
What was he just dressed as a cop, or did he?
No, he was dressed as like the main dog from Paw Patrol.
But there were like dog elements to his costume, is what I'm saying. Because if there's not, why would you know? I mean, like, you from the Village people? Like,
Just
no, I'm Paw Patrol.
No, you could tell. I don't. The parents around me corrected me very quickly.
Oh, okay. That's always a fun
cops
moment.
are here.
It's Paw Patrol, you insensitive son of a bitch.
Right.
All right, Mark. Here's your question. Where is the only place on Earth, where alligators and crocodiles live together?
A zoo?
Looking more for a... You're not wrong.
I mean,
but maybe a more specific geographical location.
I'd say Africa.
Florida. Mm-hmm.
I thought crocodiles were only in Africa.
No.
Somehow Florida has them too, man, because of Florida.
Trust me.
Australia.
They've got them in rivers in Australia. They swim in the oceans in Australia.
Yeah, the big saltwater crocodiles.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently the saltwater crocodiles, like, they can take on a great white shark. You know
They're
why?
so fast.
Because they're Australian. That's why. All right, your question. In what town does the movie It's a Wonderful Life take place?
Oh, God. Somethingville.
Just want to give it an angel its wings.
No.
Come on,
Good call,
Ted.
Clarence. It's something Falls.
It is something Falls.
I want to keep saying Klamath, but it's not Klamath
It is not
Falls.
Klamath.
Does it start with
It's not Klamath
It's Granite Falls.
Yes.
No, does it start with a B?
It does. Come on, man.
Jesus. Come on, Ted.
Bedford
Bedford
Falls,
Falls.
yes.
Yep.
All right, your question. What cartoon character runs the Leftorium? The Leftorium. The Leftorium.
The Leftorium.
The Leftorium. The Leftorium. The official Leftorium.
Oh, the Martian on Looney Tunes?
That would be Ned Flanders from The Simpsons.
Oh.
He's left-handed, you see, so he opened the Leftorium. So like you can buy spiral notebooks with the rings on the other side, all the left-handed scissors, etc. All right, your question. Gunpowder and paper were both invented in what country?
China.
China.
You got it.
Invented in China.
Nice job. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 round.
Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jeremy, are you sober or not sober?
Definitely not sober.
All right, Jeremy, welcome to Big Dummy.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I listen every day.
Thank you,
thanks,
man.
man.
We appreciate you. All right, Jeremy, our men's room poll. You're either bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or you shoot yourself in your own thigh.
Spider all day long.
Okay, man, that's the one that keeps your penis erect nonstop. You might die.
I'll take it.
Take the risk.
I think everyone acts like you might not die from a shark bite.
Well, you could.
Yeah. That's why it's scary.
Yeah, I'll take the spider.
All right, here's your question. A cob, C-O-B, a cob is a male what? Otter, swan, koala, or frog?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to, koala?
That's what Ted guessed. A cob is, in fact, a male swan.
Ted.
I refer to them as swan dudes myself, but I guess a cob is a technical. All right, your question. Waylon Jennings gave up his seat on the plane that killed what musician?
I don't follow that kind of music. Was it the guy from Leonard Skinner, Van Zandt?
That's not a bad guess. That's not a bad guess.
Big Bopper?
Buddy Holly. Although, to be fair, and I'm sure Waylon Jennings carried some guilt with that, but it's like, hey, Waylon, had you not given up your seat, they never would have written American Pie.
That's right.
Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. It's about Buddy Holly dying, man. So Buddy Holly doesn't die, we don't get a classic song.
I'd rather he stayed alive.
I've heard Buddy Holly's music. I think we broke even.
Was the Big Bopper on the plane with him?
I think it's the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly,
Richie
and then
Valens.
somebody. Yeah, Richie Valens. Damn. That's a lot.
Question 5.
Question 5. I'm glad we're giggling about this. Buddy Holly died in a plane crash.
I like Mike's,
with 2 other people.
Mike's version of La Bamba.
La Bamba.
La Bamba. This crazy dance.
All right, your question. What state is Sheldon from on the TV show The Big Bang Theory?
Oh, my gosh, you guys. He's from Texas.
Okay. Nice job. Nice job. Game is Big W 206-803 round.
Hello, Chad. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and horse.
Liquor and horse. Chad, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober driving home.
All right, Chad, welcome to Big Dummy. What are you doing on the men's room poll? Bit by a tick, by a spider, by a shark, or are you going to shoot yourself in the thigh?
Oh, I'm shooting myself in the thigh all day.
All right.
No, you just need to do it once, bro. That's all we're asking on this one.
Just one shot.
Well, one time, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here is your question. What part of the body is most affected by tuberculosis?
I'd say the lungs.
I mean,
yeah, I was like, it's got to be the lungs.
Yeah, one and done.
It can also affect the brain, kidney, and spine, but the lungs predominantly. But you're one and done, so before we let you go, you get one of Ted's famous true or false questions this week regarding Santa's reindeer. Santa's reindeer. True or false, Donner, who I believe is, in fact, Rudolph's dad. Is that right? Based on the... So Donner, Rudolph's dad, is a noted canyon yodeler.
That was the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would say true.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. That's why Rudolph's here. Just saying.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 round.
That's why his nose is red.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Gabe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Gabe, are you sober or not sober today?
Painfully sober.
All right, Gabe, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, you are either bitten by a tick, a spider, a shark, or you shoot yourself in the thigh.
If it's good enough for Plaxico, it's good enough for me, so I'll shoot myself in the thigh.
Take one in the thigh.
But
Sir,
remember,
I appreciate that reference.
and also he's stupid. But yes, he did shoot himself in the thigh.
Well, last year at a Michigan State game, I kept telling their fans, don't shoot yourself in the thigh. Because that's where he played college.
Did anyone find it funny?
Just a couple dudes in their 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say, though.
Old people.
Yeah.
People that can remember.
People, 40 and above, my age.
By the way, some people have chimed in a true story regarding Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings. They were joking back and forth, and Buddy Holly told Waylon, I hope your bus breaks down. So Waylon responded, told him, I hope your plane crashes. And he said that haunted him for years. Oh, that's a pick-me-up. And also, Ricky Nelson was on the plane as well. Good God, man. All right, here's your question. What is the traditional dish that's served at Wimbledon?
Strawberries and cream.
One and done again.
Good God, man.
Oh, man.
Good
Captain
work.
Easy over there.
All right, hang on there before we let you go. Ted's true or false regarding Santa's reindeer. True or false, Rudolph, because of a recurring hemorrhoid issue, was very insecure about the other reindeer staring at his butt all night on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's 100% true.
That's false. He did not care. He had that big old hemorrhoid. He did not give a rat's ass. He's like, just stare at it. Stare at it, boys.
Kind of just out there in the open, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Big W 206-803 round.
Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Eric, you on team sober or team not sober?
Team not sober.
What's up, Eric?
What's up, Ted?
Eric, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room
Shouldn't you guys
poll.
be at the radio convention?
That's a morning show boot camp. Yeah, we're an afternoon show.
They don't have afternoon show boot camp.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
They don't have conventions for the afternoon guys?
No. No, we're the least important people in radio.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Exactly.
That's why they just left the
Like,
list.
those shows, like, they'll tell you like 4 different ways to say good morning. You can say good morning, or you can say good morning, or you can say
And then they play a
good
weird sound
morning,
effect.
and that really does us no good. All right, so Eric, you want to be bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or shot in the thigh?
I'm going to go with the shark bite.
Good idea. Good morning.
All right, here's your question.
Good morning.
In what decade were the Easy Bake Oven, Light Bright, and the Spirograph all introduced?
I want to say the 80s.
I'll say the 50s.
The 1960s.
60s.
Way off.
5-watt bulb or something inside of the Easy Bake Oven.
And the Light Bright had a light bulb. There's the light bulb days there, the toys.
The only one of those 3 I had was the Spirograph.
That was cool. Actually, I thought all of those were pretty cool toys.
I didn't want the Easy Bake Oven because, frankly, I didn't want to have to cook for myself. I'm a young kid. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not making brownies. You make brownies.
Also, you have an oven in your house.
That is correct.
A real one.
That I can't use. Right.
A real one.
Yeah. That way, I don't have to cook any food. Do you think anyone was ever so down on their luck? They're like, look, man, the only thing I can cook on is an Easy Bake Oven. And I stole that from a kid's yard sale. All right. Here is your question. Who wrote the 1818 novel Frankenstein? Or Frankenstein?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Was that Anne Rice?
Now, she did
Shelley?
the Vampire Lestat stuff. This was Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley.
Mary, why so Shelley?
Anne Rice is still alive.
Yeah, Anne Rice is still alive. I want to say...
She's huge in New Orleans.
Verify this for me, Mike. I believe Anne Rice's first name is Howard.
Oh.
In spite of them being well aware that it's a daughter, like you're Howard anyway.
How come she doesn't have the Anne Rice cooker?
I'd buy it. Yeah, cook everything with blood.
She was born Howard Allen Francis O'Brien.
Wow.
Howard.
Yeah.
Howard Francis.
Howard Allen Francis O'Brien.
How do you get Howard Allen? I mean, I know you could do like your Bobby Sues and all that, but
Daddy wanted a boy.
I want a boy so bad. I'm giving you a boy's name, girl.
Howard.
Let me think of Howard. Get over here.
Question 4, Eric.
Question number 4. What word describes a cut of steak containing both the T-bone and the tenderloin?
Sounds like a bone-in cut. Is there a different name for it?
It is a bone-in, in fact, but yeah, there is a very specific name for it.
Shoot. I'm going to say prime bone-in cut. I don't know.
You're overthinking it.
Is it the T-bone or the porterhouse?
Porterhouse.
I thought the porterhouse was the strip or ribeye and strip and fillet.
That's a T-bone.
Yeah, I believe that's the T-bone. The
All right. I always get those two confused. I never know what the difference is.
In the end, whichever one you order at the steakhouse, you'll be fine with.
Yeah, you will not be able to finish it.
Right. That's the other thing, yeah. All right, your question. What are pouched animals called?
Marsupials.
There you go. Nice job.
Well done.
Game is Big W, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. Jeremy, are you sober or not sober?
Unfortunately, I'm sober today.
That's all right. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Jeremy, what are you going to get bit by in our men's room poll? A tick, a spider, a shark, or are you going to shoot yourself in the leg?
Well, since I live in eastern Washington, that's going to be a tick.
Taking the tick bite. All right, man.
You ever been bitten by a tick?
Unfortunately, I have. You put some Vaseline on that SOB and he backs his ass right out.
Nope.
Okay, all right.
Back that ass up, tick.
Basically, they let go because they can't breathe.
Yeah. I mean, I would. 100% effective. All right, your question. What are match heads made of?
Sulfur.
That would be my guess.
Red phosphorus.
Phosphorus, that is correct. All right, your question. In what German city did Oktoberfest originate?
Munich?
You got it. Nice job, Jeremy. Nice job. People are doing really well today. Either one and done or just a couple questions.
Man, I'm pretty sure it might have been Hofbrau.
At the place we work?
Yeah, because that's the
the
most
actual
famous,
bar. Yeah,
oldest beer garden in the world. So, I mean, maybe they started Oktoberfest.
There's a reason there's a line going out the door, and that's the only place downtown that has one of those.
And we went to the Hofbrau, and it's a very historical place. It's interesting. But one of the things that someone pointed out was, this place has been here forever. By the way, upstairs in the very bar that we're sitting in, they're like, this is where Hitler and his lieutenants came up with all these plans. And I'm like, cool, because he'd love to see my black ass sitting here now. You know what up? Cool.
I was just impressed with the bathroom stall doors and the fact that they were gapless. I was like, this place is amazing.
It took me 20 minutes to find our table after going to the bathroom.
Did you notice that?
I did.
Seamless doors?
Finding out Hitler playing stuff up there was not a fun fact.
It's not a fun fact.
Not a fact. Just came from touring a concentration
I swear to God, when I tell this, we did not mean to. But when we left, I realized we had cut in front of about 40 to 50 people.
Did we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's why as soon as we got in there, the dude put up the thing and was like, all right, no more.
I remember that part. I didn't realize.
So when we left, I realized that line went all the way down that back alley, and it was like 5 across.
Ignorance is bliss. I had no idea.
It is. It is a massive beer hall. I'm so happy we went there, but you're right. Like, when I went to the bathroom, it was tough, and then I was trying to find my buddy Ron. Like, it was hard. You get lost in there. And then it was the official bar that weekend of the damn Buccaneers fans.
Of course, I know.
I was the only one in there wearing Hawks gear.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Cam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, boys.
Hola. Cam, are you on team sober or team not sober?
I just wrapped up a 6-packer, so I'm doing pretty good.
All right, Cam. Welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, what are you taking? Being bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or shooting yourself in the thigh?
I'm going to take a tick just because I just wrapped up some nasty bed bugs in my apartment. So, like,
You had bed bugs, man?
Oh, yeah, in the whole apartment.
How do you think they got there? Did you travel recently? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, it was just the nature of the neighborhood and the people. Maybe via laundry or something like that. But
the nature of the people.
Gross.
They seem awfully bed buggy in those
Yeah,
parts.
where are your bed bug people at, man?
Well, like different cultures, people traveling around and whatnot. So
what do you have, a temporary apartment?
You get bed bugs. Yeah, like, I mean, I think I'm pretty close to where you guys used to be on First Hill.
Okay, all right.
Hey, that's real comforting because I can look directly. Yeah,
there's
bed bugs right over there.
Right
guys.
there. There's a guy stabbed there yesterday. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great.
Bed bugs. They should put that in their advertising. Free cable and bed bugs, just like Aurora Avenue. All right, here is your question. In what state is Yale University located?
Oh, that's obviously going to be Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Jesus, no.
Is it Rhode Island?
Nope.
Connecticut.
Yes.
I was going to say, yeah. Pretty much most of those Ivy League schools are going to be in the Northeast.
Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, right, New York, etc. All right, your question, multiple choice. Sweat, tears, body odor, or snot. What does the human lacrimal gland produce? Sweat, tears, body odor, or snot?
It sounds like a Saturday night for me. But I'm going to say it's the pituitary gland. Is that right?
No. Your choices are sweat, tears, body odor, or snot. What does the human lacrimal gland produce?
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be tears.
Very good.
Saturday night.
Very good. Yes, a lonely Saturday night. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803 Rock.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast, an Odyssey podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Foods that you did not know are actually junk foods. Coming up with a head chef and Ted's meat and potatoes. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Brad. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Brad, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Team sober.
Brad, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're either going to be bit by a tick, bit by a spider, a shark, or shoot yourself in the thigh.
So I have a bucket list to swim with sharks. So if I'm getting bit by one, then I completed my bucket list.
Okay.
Is being bitten by one specifically on the bucket list?
Hey, if it happens, it happens.
Now, do you want to swim with him, or do you want to do what Robin wanted to do all those years and jump into a shark cage?
Right.
Check out like a great white.
Yeah, like I want a great white shark in a cage.
Okay, you're both crazy.
I All right, here is your question, multiple choice. A loon, a duck, a polar bear, or an otter? What animal is pictured on the Canadian $2 coin?
Polar bear.
It's a polar bear?
It's called a loony, but it's in fact a polar bear.
What a trick
That's why I
question.
put a loon on there.
What a trick question. One and done, Brad.
One and done, so we go to...
I don't know what a loon is, so that's a good thing, I guess.
It's
some kind of bird,
Yeah, it's a bird that's got a very long neck on it.
Okay.
It's the national bird of Canada.
Yeah.
That is in fact true. But we have Ted's true or false Santa reindeer questions. Here is your question. Prancer, for personal reasons, defecates down the chimney of every house in Sweden.
Oh, it's got to be true.
Yeah, man. We don't know what the Swedes did to... what they did to Prancer, but Prancer has held this grudge.
Get some weird research.
For a long time. He does the deep research, man. It's called the deep dive. Yeah.
Game is Big W 206-803 Rock.
Well, he's finished. He's not a big fan of the sweets.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
That's what it is. Wow, man. 'Cause I never knew. I just knew the kids in Sweden are like, man, the fireplace is a nightmare every Christmas Day.
Yep.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Mike, are you sober or not sober?
Mildly not sober.
Okay, Mike, welcome to Big Dummy. All right, our men's room poll. You're either bitten by a tick, a spider, a shark, or you shoot yourself in the thigh. Where are you going?
I was listening and I was thinking tick, but I think I'm going shark all the way for the star, man.
Okay.
By the way, somebody here's let us know the $1 coin in Canada has a loon on it, hence it is called
the loony.
The loony. Mm-hmm. The $2 coin with the polar bear is the toonie.
The toonie.
The toonie.
Have anything else? Booney?
I know loony and toonie.
Loony and toonie. Yeah. All right, here is your question. What is the only state in New England that doesn't have an ocean coastline?
The only state in England?
New England.
New England.
In New England that does not have an ocean coastline. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
That's Vermont.
It is Vermont.
Vermont.
That was kind of the big thing, is that everybody needed to have access to the ocean at some point to make a state.
But then Vermont, they're like, nah.
We're good.
They have a coastline of Birkenstocks.
We'll go through New Hampshire.
Actually, let's skip New Hampshire. It's so boring. Mike, what's the capital of New Hampshire?
Bellhaven.
Concord.
That's the one.
All right, your question. Isla Nublar was the island setting for what 1993 movie?
Repeat the question.
Isla Nublar is what's the name of the island for the setting of what 1993 movie?
It's off of Costa Rica, see?
Mm-hmm. Costa Rica. I believe that's how it's said.
When was Castaway made?
90s.
Is it Castaway?
That's not a bad guess,
No,
man.
it's not.
Give him credit. That's a decent guess. Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Off the coast of Costa Rica.
Well, they filmed a lot of it on Kauai.
Yeah, they filmed it in Hawaii.
Do you remember the name of the other island, the second island?
Ooh, hang on here. I'm guessing it starts with Isla.
Correct.
Man, I don't know.
Isla Sorna.
Isla Sorna. Mm-hmm. Is that where the, what's his name? The new ones, whatever his name is?
Yeah,
Chris Pratt.
No. Well, I think operations resumed on Isla Nublar for the rest of the movies, but The Lost World was like, there's a second island.
Of course there is.
It's where we grow all the dinosaurs.
We grow them here, then transport them. Because we have nothing but good ideas.
That's right.
All right, your question. Copper and zinc create what alloy?
That's brass.
All right. Nice job.
Yes,
Nice job.
people are asking, anyone know what happened to Eastwood? No.
Well, you see what happened when I lost my phone in a 5-gallon bucket in my living room.
You know what? God damn it. God damn it.
What?
Hello, Eastwood. Welcome to the men's room.
He's due.
Great lead-in you got there. You know?
I, honest to God, I was reading a text. I didn't realize you were on the line.
Eastwood, should I even ask if you're sober?
No, I've been smoking some good ganjas from over here at Bayshore. You know, I get ounces for $60 an ounce, so it's great, man. Legalized pot, man. Get all the blunt you want.
They legalized pot?
Chilling down here in Shelton and God's country at Timberlakes in my trailer, and packing up money and just enjoying life, man. Yeah.
Sounds like it, man. You're living the high life.
When God made the country, he said, Shelton.
Frying up some bologna tonight. Eastwood, are you going to take being bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or shot yourself in the thigh there?
I was going to be bit by a spider. I got bit about a month and a half ago by a spider, and I put antibiotic cream on it and polysorbent, the generic polysorbent. Antibiotic cream you used to have to get prescription, but then they come out with polysorbent, and so I use that on just about everything.
Could you imagine if Eastwood became Spider-Man?
No.
Hey, man, I'm just here to rescue, man. I'm telling you what, man, those guys are robbing you.
$60 ounces, though, right?
I'd love to be Spider-Man, have them, swinging through the buildings of downtown Seattle. I mean, that'd be great.
And everyone he saves gets a joint. All
That's
right,
man. I've seen people on the streets and just...
Hey, Eastwood, Spider-Man can't poop in a 5-gallon bucket in his living room, man.
What's that?
I said Spider-Man doesn't poop in a 5-gallon bucket in his living room.
It had a lid on it, and I put some water and I dumped it down the toilet. I got all of them amenities. I bought a piece of property, and they gave me a $25,000 septic system on. So I haven't told my neighbors. I pay them $200 a month, and they keep me in dope too, and do my laundry. Man, I'm living the high life.
You are living the high life. I can't believe you got indoor plumbing.
You got a 10-gallon bucket now, you son of a bitch.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I have hot water, though.
Moving on up.
So anyway, that's the way to go. So,
all right, Eastwood, here's your question.
I'm ready.
What brand of cat food was advertised by Morris the Cat? You remember Morris the Cat?
Oh, God, man. Yeah, there's so many cat foods. Meow Mix?
Right. Friskies? Not Meow. No, he was not a frisky cat.
Oh, Friskies, yeah.
Nope, it was not Friskies.
Imes?
Oh,
nope. What? Heinz?
Imes.
Oh, Imes, sorry.
Meow, 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 meow.
He was not meow, 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 meow. I can never remember the words to all that song. 9 Lives.
Oh, that's right.
Do they even still make that?
I was going to say, man, I haven't heard that in a long time, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm old.
You make 9 Lives in the cans. I don't know about dry, but 9 Lives, I always buy 9 Lives. I think 9 Lives is Purina.
It is a Purina product, and I'll tell you, it's great in Sloppy Joe. All right.
Yeah, I bought my cats Meow Mix, man. They hate the crap, man. I got 28 pounds. I'm gonna have to dump and go get them, some Purinas.
You bought 28 pounds of Meow Mix, and your cats don't like it?
Yeah, I got 5 cats right now, 6 maybe. A couple neighbor cats come in once in a while. I keep a port open on the end of my trailer so they can just come and go and feed them in the back room of the trailer here.
That explains it. I have 5 cats, 6 maybe. All right.
They do all their business outside. They're cool.
Here's your question. What kind of doll drags Robbie under his bed in the 1982 movie Poltergeist?
What kind of doll?
Yeah. Pretty big.
Raggedy Andy?
Porcelain doll?
Clown.
Clown. Yeah, it's clown.
Clown. Okay. I don't do those horror shows. I don't like them.
Believe it or not, the original E.T. was about half Poltergeist. So when Spielberg wrote the script for E.T. / the script for Poltergeist, it was supposed to be one movie. And then somehow he ended up splitting it off, made E.T., the big fuzzy, here's a slimy little guy with stunningly long fingers, and then he made Poltergeist, but they were supposed to be one movie. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
Maybe E.T. snatches Robbie under the bed.
Oh.
All right, your question. What is the branch of medicine that deals with the care of infants and children?
Do you have any kids, Eastwood?
You got a son, right?
Yeah, I got one I claim and one I don't, and then I have a stepson, and then when I was growing up, we had 17 babysitting kids a day that came to our house until they took my mom's license away for having too many kids.
Well, that might do it.
Okay.
Well, they range from 16 down to babies. Mom had 3 kids in diapers. She was babysitting hers and then 2 others for 6 years straight. So, I'd come home and line the kids up and change their diapers, and but I can't think of what a baby doctor's name is. Besides that.
All that.
The idea.
Pediatrics.
Pediatrics. That is.
I was going to say a pediatrician. Yeah, it's okay. I should have said it. I was thinking they were a bone doctor.
You guys ever forget the question from the time that you ask it to the time
I had to look back down and be like, what am I waiting to hear? What am I waiting to hear? All right, your question. What state is home to Mount Rushmore?
Colorado?
Is it South Dakota?
South Dakota.
South Dakota! North Dakota!
South Dakota.
Yeah.
East Dakota.
Damn it. Yeah, I didn't go to there. My buddy wanted to ride it. We went to Deadwood. Yeah, I rode 1,160 miles on my bike, 22 and a half hours straight here from Seattle to Sturgis when I went in 2000.
You didn't take a break or nothing, just went straight.
I stopped and got some hot chocolate at one point and met a few waitress and for about 45 minutes to warm up. Montana was on fire. The whole state of Montana was burning in 2000. It was really eerie driving through that thing with every hill around you burning at night.
All that way for a Molly Hatchet concert.
No, we Cher showed up, and we had, who's the guy, Bobby Knievel showed up and jumped off the stage. And that was back when Cher was doing that thing with the Elephant Man thing, and they were getting money for them. I mean, it was great, man. I was staring at this one chick walk by, and then she walked by, and she turned around and flashed me, and then I was there at the campground.
Mask came out in the 80s.
Huh?
Mask, the movie with Cher, came out in the 80s. It was not about the Elephant Man.
But she was still promoting money to get charities for that disease. She pulled up in a limo and he gave the guy his Harley one and then left.
Okay.
It's just a kid who was disfigured. It was not the Elephant Man. Damn.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's Rhino Boy. I don't know something. All right, here's your question, Eastwood. What is at an average distance of 238,857 miles from the planet Earth?
Oh, the moon?
There you go.
Well done.
Very nice. Very nice.
Glad you checked in there, Eastwood.
Jeez, a whiz.
I mean, honestly, God, I read the text. Mike got this big smile and just pointed at the screen. I'm like, yep, there he is.
Well, I didn't know either. I was just about to say, trust me, he's always around.
And there he was.
Once again.
It's like saying, what, Candyman in the mirror?
That's right.
Eastwood.
Hey, man, you call me.
Yeah, 60 ounces. Game is Big Dummy 206-803, Rob.
I do like you driving all that ways in Deadwood. It's like, 1 hour over, you could have seen Mount Rushmore.
Right there, man. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Burger sauce. And actually, can I get a couple extra burger sauce?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get an order of 6 bucks?
3 with your chicken, and then 2 with the fries, or the 2 small fries, and then 1 with the
three
6
small
altogether.
fries.
Is that okay?
Oh, that's perfect.
You want 2 fries, man?
3 small fries.
Vanilla milkshake.
Anything else for you?
That'll be it.
Can you give me a chocolate shake?
I need more sauce.
Alrighty.
Well, he's getting burger sauce. It's got to be
at
a local spot.
Right?
Yeah.
Justin, can I get an extra sauce?
Ketchup packets, man. Don't forget the ketchup packets.
Bro, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you.
How's your day been?
That's been going pretty good.
Oh, now he's taking his time.
Long and fun.
Long, fun, productive.
Stop flirting.
Did you get the nuggets?
How about yourself?
It could.
Oh, wow.
I have no complaints yet.
There we go.
Except for this warm weather and this sweatshirt.
Yeah, I can't imagine
Is she
that.
complaining about the warm weather?
Thank you.
It's summertime.
Hey, Justin.
You there, bud?
Oh, yeah, what up?
Hey, man. Where did you just order your food from? Nice work, by the way.
Yeah, flirting with a girl and everything, man.
Yeah, you're a very good customer. We appreciate that.
Burger Master in Mount Vernon.
Oh, Burger Master.
So what
That's a good
exactly,
spot.
because I heard you ask for burger sauce. What exactly is the
fry
burger
sauce.
sauce? Just fry sauce?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's like fry sauce with like pickles and all that stuff. It's freaking killer.
It's Thousand Island dressing.
Oh yeah, but
They just call it burger sauce to sound fancy.
It does sound fancy. Yes, that sounds fancy.
All right, what are you doing on the men's room poll? You getting bit by a tick, a spider, a shark, or a thigh? Or getting shot in the thigh? 5 bite.
I'll get bit by a spider.
Spider bite. All right.
So I know you don't want the tick because you couldn't eat anything you just ordered.
Yeah, damn straight.
All right, then, Justin, here is your question. What popular children's book did Forrest Gump keep in his briefcase?
Oh. my God, I have not seen that movie in forever.
I don't know if Castle could answer this.
Really? Castle can answer.
Goodnight Moon?
Not Goodnight Moon. By Curious George.
Oh, by Curious George.
Hey, it's the updated version.
That's how they got people to buy it in the store.
Yeah.
By Curious George.
He's a freaking little monkey.
You'll love the book.
Yeah, he swings both ways on the vine. You know what I'm saying?
Buy it.
Curiously cinnamon.
Well, if you get it from the library, it's check out Curious George.
Yeah, there you go. Check out Curious George.
If you go to the
Buy
bookstore,
Curious-
it's by Curious George.
Either way, it's a book you want to read. All right. Your question, according to legend, who saved the life of colonist John Smith?
Oh, yes.
Is that Jesus?
Jesus. Depends on who you ask.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Yes.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm thinking of the Mormon guy, Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Is that what John 3:16 is?
Yeah.
And then Jesus came down to the colonies.
She gave him mouth to mouth.
Yeah, I can see how you mistake Jesus. You sound like my aunt in Texas. No matter, it was Jesus, baby. Hey, who made these ribs? Jesus. I just saw your husband make them on the grill. He is not Jesus. All right, your question, who is the target of the Terminator in the original 1984 movie?
Sarah Connor?
There you go.
Yes, indeed. I was hoping you said Jesus again.
Oh, wow. That's a different
I'm looking
film.
for Jesus.
Oh, my
Little late, brother.
Head Chef is on the way with 10 foods that you did not know were junk foods. And your email's on the way from the men's room at KISW.com.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call State Farm agent Sierra Belleville in Bellingham today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head Chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has 10 foods you did not know were actually junk foods. But first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. Jump right into the birthdays. Ola, you people. Hey, Ted, watch the language, by the way. Gail is a year older. Could you please give her a poop montage with some David Lee Roth mixed in? Thanks from Wally, guys. Rock out.
Oh my God.
Guys, today's my friend. Guys, today is my friend and coworker Sonny's birthday. Not sure how old exactly, but the fact remains that he is indeed getting older and crustier with each passing year. He's out busting his birthday hump installing windows. So in honor of another successful orbit, can we get a little kid fish sandwich, a no lookout, a suck it up cupcake, and a Kevin Hart? Thanks, guys. Appreciated that from Jimmy C. Bird.
Fish sandwich.
Uh-oh, look out.
So suck it up, cupcake.
Damn. Hey, guys, here's to my dear friend Tom. He has journeyed 58 sun cycles today. Please honor him with a bong rip, an owl hitting the window, and an original fish sandwich. Thanks, guys. Appreciated that from Tana. Mike, you got a birthday shout out.
Why, yes, I do. It is my Aunt Nikki's birthday today. She's one of the sweetest people that I know, and I'm incredibly lucky to have gotten to know her. We are celebrating her birthday all weekend long. We're having brunch tomorrow morning. Oh, yeah. And then we're gonna.
Have I met this aunt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you met. She was shaking her boogie shoes at her wedding.
Yeah. So I figured it was.
Is she the Nikki that Prince was singing about?
Fish sandwich.
Correct. Little Nikki.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Do you know that Prince song?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Hey, he said yes.
I know, he said yes so quickly. I started laughing. I was like, Mike, I don't think she wants to hear that.
Ted,
Number one, just go with it.
Ted, you'll be happy to know I forgot my grandmother's birthday on Wednesday.
Why would I be happy to know?
97 years old.
Then she forgot it too.
I'm totally spaced out.
She's 97?
97 years old.
But
I forgot it.
She thinks she's 96.
My brother forgot it. My sister forgot it.
I mean, I don't want to rub it in, but it must be nice. All my grandparents are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Well, I mean, how
Miles doesn't
she's
enjoy
97.
alive.
How alive is she really?
I'm just saying that's impressive.
I mean, come on.
I'm hoping my mom breaks the streak, but the Smith. I don't know what Smith.
You know what she does for me? You know what she does
Yeah.
for me, Ted? She makes me. She crochets potholders. All right, but they don't work because they have
Because
holes.
they're crochet.
Yeah, exactly. So like you can't really pick anything up with them. But I get them every time I go there. She makes like 5 or 6.
Here you go, Miley.
Does she ever make you a hat?
No, not a hat.
Mittens, scarf.
No, she just makes potholders.
Just potholders.
Potholders are her specialty.
Okay.
Ted Head Bill used to knit me hats.
Yeah, stripe
Oh,
patterns.
yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. All right, see here. A couple extras. Subject is subtitles from yesterday's TV Time with Ted. Guys, years ago, I met some new clients for work, and we ended up bonding over The Wire. One of the best shows ever. At some point, they admitted they had to watch it with subtitles due to the thick Baltimore accents. Love the show, guys. That from Mark. I guess they did have some characters with some pretty thick accents.
Yeah. You could say, and what's crazy is, man, if you watch The Wire, a lot of the actors that were on that show, including some of the younger guys and all, mostly from England.
Really?
Right. Even
my buddy Johnny Panzarella was on it 3 different times with 3 different roles.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy. You still watch a show. This guy's come on 3 different times doing 3 different complete characters, and no one noticed.
No, of course not.
I just saw Roy Wood Jr. the other day doing a whole act on like watching The Wire and then finding out Idris Elba is English.
That's the first one.
It's like, nah, brother, not him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like half the cast was actually English. And what's funny is a lot of the cast on The Wire that played people from Baltimore and nailed the accent. Like, well, frankly, it took us quite a bit of time to really nail down this Baltimore accent. You know, it's not like but the dude has like dreads. You know him as like a murderer from the show. And I'm like,
well, also, right. But like, there's that Baltimore accent, then there's that accent in slang. Again, I grew up in PG County, closer to D.C. 40 minutes away, completely different languages.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But Joel is over the last couple of months enjoying the show. I've noticed you guys keep raving about Uncrustables. I saw a video online that completely ups the game, and I wanted to pass on the information. Apparently, the trick with this delicious snack is to whip up a small batch of cinnamon French toast batter.
All right.
Dip it in the toast, and then grill it up. French toast Uncrustables. Just thought I'd help elevate your Uncrustable game. Cheers, guys, and keep up the great work. That from Scott. Scott actually had a deep-fried Uncrustable a couple weeks ago at Mike's Chili Parlor in Ballard.
Oh, that's right. You brought your own.
We're having the Men's Room World Tour stop number 4 this Sunday from 3 until 6. Yeah, they were having a deep fryer night. Mike does deep fryer nights before they change the grease.
Right.
Is that just an exclusive club you're in, though, I think?
That is an exclusive deep fryer club, but I can get you in there.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
I knew you first.
Well, you know the rule. You got to bring something to put in the deep fryer. So you
I would never bring anything.
Yeah.
You know how I am.
That's too much.
Yeah. You bring beer to a bar. Here.
Show up with something.
You don't have Busch Light on tap? Okay, we got
I brought some.
What did you forget? Gentlemen, I was traveling, partying in London, headed to the Czech Republic before returning back here to the U.S. in Seattle. Nice. I was paranoid kind of about my hotel room getting robbed, so I put my passport under the mattress. Long story short, I forgot it and was empty-handed at the airport while trying to get on the next flight. What a hassle. My fault. I had fun partying, though. Thanks, guys. That from Jerry. We had a situation, I believe, on Monday's program. We were talking about the fact that your son accidentally pulled over the dresser on him, and you heard him kind of whimpering. And
yeah, because then the drawer slid out and started bashing him in the face and everything
else. Guys, you were talking about the giant TVs and injuries. It reminded me of when my daughter was about 5. She got up extra early, went downstairs to watch TV. Now, the entertainment center we had was one that I had made in woodshop back in high school, about 12 years previously. We had one of those big tube TVs. It was really heavy. She decided to lie on the floor in front of the TV, as kids do, and was putting her feet on the shelf that the TV sits on. After pushing up with her legs several times, the bracket holding the shelf fell, and so did the TV. Right on her arm. She came upstairs, crawled into bed with me, and was whining about her arm hurting and the TV falling. I asked her what she was talking about, but she didn't answer. I told her just go back to sleep. It was early. About 20 to 30 minutes go by, and she's still whimpering. I get up to see what she was talking about, thinking she probably thought she'd be in trouble for knocking the TV over. When she did it, I finally called her dad, who was at work, to come take her to a walk-in clinic, as we had a newborn at home, to take a look at their arm. So he drove 45 minutes home, scooped her up, and off they went. Now, the first walk-in clinic they went to was busy, so they sent her to the main campus in Everett. Once they separated my daughter from her dad and started questioning her to be sure it really wasn't a child abuse situation, she confirmed dropping the TV on herself. Took x-rays and found out she had fractured her arm. She had to wear a full arm cast for about 6 weeks. Needless to say, this mom felt like total crap for ignoring her whining and wanting to go back to sleep. Side note, the entertainment center TV ended up being totally fine. That from the lovely Lissa.
That's what we wanted to know most.
And one more email. Annoying things. Gentlemen, listening to, following up on Friday's category of annoying things. My sister-in-law's dog drives me up the wall. First off, it's her second dog that has done this. The first one was an Alaskan Malamute, who has since passed away, was obviously a large dog, and they had absolutely no control over it. It nearly consumed multiple dogs, including my wife's Lhasa Apso?
Yeah, what's it? Lhasa Apso.
Lhasa Apso. That encounter ended up with an extended vet visit and eye removal. Along with tubes in my dog's side for several days. Luckily, she survived and got around well, even with just one eye. Fast forward to today. They currently have a Belgian Malamute? M-A-L-I-N-O-I-S.
You're on your own, buddy.
Type of dog you saw in John Wick with Halle Berry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Supposed to be highly intelligent, but again, no control over this thing. Every time they come around, it wreaks havoc, and I absolutely can't stand it. The only form of control they attempt is yelling, with false hopes that this thing will heed to the dog bed that they're bringing with them everywhere they go. It won't go there. The command is met on deaf ears, and the havoc continues. P.S. This coming from a dog person, guys. Rock on. Coming up, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day, but first...
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. You know, I used to say I think everybody tries to eat a little healthier and this and that. But frankly, some people don't.
True.
There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to.
It's your life.
Yeah, well, you know, I know some people that eat like crap. They're in great health. They don't gain weight. Like, all right, yeah. Oh, screw it.
You know that person, too.
Yeah. Well, all right, so this is a list of 10 foods you probably didn't know were actually junk food. Again, Miles, none of this will shock you. Most of this you've heard before, but some people don't know. You know, and you're just trying to get in, turn over a new leaf. Maybe you're like, I drink too much soda.
Like a lot of these, I won't know because I make no effort to, quote unquote, eat healthy. I will make the effort to not eat remarkably unhealthy, but I've never really sought something out because it's healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and some of these are just going to be like a small tweak. Because like one version of them actually are healthy. The other not.
But not the version you're buying.
Just don't juice it.
Yeah, right. Look, if you're buying the one that tastes good, it ain't gonna help you.
Right, that's the bottom line. If you buy the one you like, it's the unhealthy version.
Right. First on the list, Miles, you said this earlier in the show, granola bars.
They taste great, though. Those Nature Valley ones with the honey on top, the green package that have the 2 in there.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
They're awesome.
They're absolutely.
Yeah, and they have different specialty ones with like almond butter in them and stuff. It says granola bars seem like a healthy snack options, but many store-bought varieties are filled with added sugars and artificial ingredients.
That way you like them.
Yeah.
Those things are amazing. Hey, if it tastes good, it can't be good for you.
Right.
Well, right, and some of the ones you're going to buy in the store and stuff, even though granola, when it's invented, is obviously is a healthy thing. Most of the stuff you're going to buy in the store, frankly, is loaded with sugar, doesn't have that great of value. It's basically like you could just have a candy bar.
But that's why it's perfect for hiking, because you need that sugar.
You need that
You need that boost, and you need all that just to get through it, and, it's still physical activity. That's why, like, you stick it in your backpack. And,
Why not need a Kit Kat?
But you can also put French fries in your backpack if you go hiking. I mean, hell,
but they're going to be cold.
You're burning them off.
Here's one of the ones that it just matters a little difference. Flavored yogurt. Yogurt itself, nutritious food. Flavored yogurt could be a different story. Many flavored yogurts contain high amounts of added sugars, artificial flavors, even artificial colors. These additions basically take the once healthy choice into a sugary treat.
I've had the unsweetened, all natural yogurt. It was terrible. It's
Greek yogurt's great for you, but it leaves a tang taste in your mouth.
My entire mouth fills up with spit.
I should start eating.
I was going to say, with the dry mouth, brother, I'm telling you, just buy a small Greek yogurt.
If you buy just plain yogurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flavor-free, not vanilla, plain.
Right. So you really can't even do honey or vanilla.
So you're saying, look, if you want to add some fresh fruit or a drizzle of honey, that's cool.
Okay.
You're at that point, you're eating healthy.
You have to.
Like, I grew up, my mom would always eat the little Yoplait, right?
Yep, that's what my mom did.
Yeah. Next on the list, this one sucks. Veggie chips. Seems like they're marked healthier to a version of potato chips. Not as virtuous as they seem. They're made from vegetables, but they're usually heavy processed and fried, resulting high in unhealthy fats and sodium.
Yep.
Does that count veggie straws?
Probably.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm with you. I love veggie straws.
Hey,
I mean, that's like the only quote-unquote healthy snack that I really like.
If you go that well, just eat pork rinds.
No, they suck. I hate pork
barbecue
rinds.
chicharrones are great, man. Really? Okay.
I'm with you. As soon as that was the only one on the list that bummed me out. I was like, man, I don't like veggie straws.
Well, it's just funny because my kids being at school, you see a lot of lunches that their friends eat. Yeah. And a lot of the parents, I don't want to give them potato chips, so I gave them veggie straws. But I've eaten a veggie straw, and I'm like, that's not bad. Therefore, this cannot be healthy. Right? Because I don't like vegetables, but I ate a veggie straw.
Well,
there's a hint of the flavor they're talking about.
Powdered vegetables.
Dude, you might as well give them the Lay's.
A Funyun isn't made out of an onion.
That's why it's a Funyun.
It's a Funyun.
Yeah,
but just eat a Funyun.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe that one for a while.
I mean, it looks healthier, if nothing else.
Next on the list, again, these are food you didn't realize were actually junk food. Fruit juice.
Of course.
Fruit juice, I will say, I think most people know this now, but I remember being in probably high school. That was shocking news. People just never thought about how much sugar was in orange juice, apple juice.
No,
it was like, don't drink a soda, just drink this giant cup of juice.
They're not going to tell you. And even when they said part of a balanced breakfast, right? Now, keep in mind, it's like Captain Crunch. Part of a balanced breakfast. And everything they showed in the background was like another glass of milk, some fresh fruit, like sliced out, and orange juice. Guaranteed, right?
Well, not only that, but our school did not allow soda sales when I went to school. But they still had a Coke machine, and it had fruit juice. Yeah. So you could buy grape juice, fruit punch, all those things, lemonade in a can. You just couldn't have soda. Turns out that stuff has more sugar in it than the soda.
But nobody knew, and they weren't going to tell you.
Next on the list, we have smoothies. They can be a convenient way to pack in nutrients, but they can also be loaded with hidden sugars, excess calorie content. The commercially prepared smoothies often contain fruit concentrates, sweetened yogurts, and sugar additives. The portion sizes of smoothies can be quite large, leading for a calorie overconsumption. Now, making them at home using fresh ingredients and natural sweeteners like honey or dates, you're good to go.
I made a smoothie this morning, brought it into work. I started with a fresh banana.
All right.
Started with fresh strawberries. Then we put in our sugary orange juice. The kids have those little bottles of apple juice, so I snagged one. Sorry, kids. Dump that in there as well. Vanilla yogurt. And then I dumped a bunch of sugar into it so that I could drink it.
Would you eat any of that stuff on its own individually?
A banana, I could get down. Strawberries aren't the worst. I would not volunteer to do it, but yes, each one of the ingredients I put in, I could eat.
Next on the list, energy bars. They're always marked as quick and healthy snack. Yes. But basically with all the added sugars and this and that, same thing. You're basically eating a candy bar.
That's where the energy's coming from.
Pretzels. Now, pretzels. Pretzels, right? They're perceived as a healthy alternative to potato chips, but they could still be considered junk food. Now, they are lower in fat. Pretzels are typically made from refined white flour and lack significant nutritional value. They're also high in sodium, which can contribute. Opting for air pop popcorn, roasted chickpeas are a healthy alternative. Listen, those roasted chickpeas suck. And I love hummus. I can't recommend
What is your favorite style of pretzel? Obviously, dried pretzel. I know, like, restaurant pretzel's different. But if you're going to eat a bag of pretzels, there's sticks. There's the little mini ones that are buttery and delicious.
I like the Snyder sticks.
Yeah, there's another brand I can't think of right now. They have like a medium-sized hard pretzel.
Rolled Gold?
Rolled Gold.
Not Rolled Gold.
Oh, I like Rolled Gold.
Me too, man. They're buttery.
Frozen yogurt. It's gained popularity as a guilt-free alternative to ice cream. Basically, it's not as healthy as you think. It's got some stuff in there that's better than ice cream, but it also has a lot of sugar and stuff in it too. This one also, trail mix. Proceeded as a healthy snack for outdoors enthusiasts, sneaky source of excess calories. A lot of them contain dried fruits, chocolate candies, salty nuts coated in oil and high in butter.
It's a deconstructed Snickers bar.
Yeah, basically.
It is, and I love it. They say opt for a homemade trail mix with unsalted nuts, seeds, and a small amount of dark chocolate. Then last on the list, sports drinks.
Okay. All right.
Now listen, if you're out doing physical activity and stuff, drink a Gatorade, you're hungover, if that's what you want. But obviously, calorie-wise and sugar-wise, there's stuff in there. I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. I watched a whole special on Gatorade. The players said the first ones they tried in the 60s was awful. They used to call it like butt sweat or something. You could barely keep it down. So then they started adding sugar and flavor so that people could get those electrolytes.
The only thing I was worried about was you were going to say beef jerky, because for some reason I consider beef jerky a somewhat healthier snack.
Well, here's the thing, too. You got to know what you're looking to eat. Because, like, beef jerky has a ton of sodium and this and that.
Right.
But it has zero carbs. Right. You're talking about, like, pork or chicharrones earlier. Again, so, like, if you're just trying to cut carbs, eat beef jerky. Have the pork rinds.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. You're listening to Men's Room.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
For 25 years, Stamps.com has made mailing and shipping easy. All you need is a computer and printer. Imagine mailing and shipping right from your desk, anytime. No traffic, no waiting, no hassle. Plus, Stamps.com gives you discounts up to 84%. Sign up for Stamps.com today. Use code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale. That's Stamps.com, code PROGRAM.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, Dakota, just minutes. We'll drink your toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a new study says there is no evidence of psychological harm caused by Facebook, and it actually improves one's overall well-being.
This study brought to you by Facebook.
Right. I'd like to see the parameters of this study. Like,
it depends who you ask.
It does.
Right? Inevitably, if you're doing a survey or you're doing a study, like people that engage in all the political nonsense and scream at each other, probably not that. People that are just talking to their friends and family, I'm sure it's a positive.
Sure. There's a handful of people like my grandmother that just, they like to scroll and see what their family is up to. They'll comment all over it, and then they will just go away. But much to what Ted will talk about over and over again, I believe is the Social Network that you watch that talks about how they show you what it is that you want to see. Whether you know it or not, it's what you want to see. And sometimes what you want to see is the negative crap.
Right, it makes you angry.
Right. So
I've said this years ago, right? My brother, you hear me speak about him, right? I respect him immensely. But he said he still has a Facebook so we can do family stuff, but he's like, I just can't look at it. And I said, why? And he's like, I'm embarrassed to admit. He goes, I found myself just getting jealous of other people and the trips they were taking and this and that, you know? And he's like, yeah. So he still has it. He just doesn't do much on it.
You know what you should do, Ted? Start photoshopping exotic, wonderful locations, but have them convinced that you're there. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm at the pyramids, bro. You know what I mean? And have like a dime on your arm.
There was a period there where I had to go through my Facebook, my Twitter, and I had to block people that I wanted to keep as friends. You know, mute them as it were, unfriend others, and I had to completely rearrange what I was listening to. I had podcasts that I found out, and at the end of the day, I was looking and listening to these things to figure out what I needed to think about a certain situation, how I needed to feel, what I needed to say about it, and how I needed to think about it. And two, I was consuming them just to get myself angry, and that was not a way that I wanted to live. So I took a stance on that one. Young people are more likely to fall while they're walking if they're on their phones, according to a new study.
I think that's probably true of old people, young people, middle-aged people. Right. I mean, right.
Look, I blatantly did it today.
Oh, yeah?
I was walking over to get lunch, walking through that other building, and had my head down, texted somebody, and almost ran into a woman.
Yep. I've had that one happen.
Yeah.
Never into a fountain like I've seen before, but
that is the funny. Was that the chick in the Atlanta mall?
She was in the mall,
and then she wanted to sue the mall. Basically, she got embarrassed because everyone saw it, and it was funny.
Sure.
But she wanted to sue the mall, and she kind of rode it up the chain. They're like, look, you can sue anyone for anything you want.
Sure.
You want a fighting chance of winning. You're not going to win. The fountain has been there.
Correct.
Everyone else walked around it. You chose not to pay attention when you're walking. That's why your dumbass fell into the fountain.
Well, you remember a while back that there was a couple people that were like, there needs something on the sidewalks to get people to look up at
No, they don't.
I will say,
need to do it.
You got to look up from your phone when you're going through a crosswalk. And the worst part is, I used to think it was people texting. People aren't texting that.
They're looking at
They're just looking at stuff.
Right.
That woman in the fountain, though, that makes me think about a guy on Instagram. Waterless fountain. University of Washington.
Another new trend on TikTok has people eating massive amounts of carrots to achieve the orange glow.
Does that work?
Well, I can tell you this. My daughter, she turned orange from baby food when she was a kid because she only liked sweet potatoes and carrots from the Gerber stuff.
All orange
But
stuff.
how old was she?
She was, like a year and a half. I can't remember. There's a name for it, and I can't remember what the hell it is.
Orangification.
Yeah, seriously. She looked like a little Donald Trump.
Looked like a little Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
She's like a little Donald Trump.
Yeah, she's all orange.
Gonna need more carrots.
Spray on tan.
What is this? This is celery. We don't eat this.
My dad's the greatest.
I'm gonna go back to the boob.
Not eating peas. No, she was. Everything she ate was orange.
This food is made in China. It's disgusting.
China.
People are telling me I'm the best baby they've ever seen.
I guess the surprising fact is that eating too many carrots or other foods high in beta carotene can cause a yellowish discoloration of the skin.
Michael Jordan, big eater of carrots.
But he eats them with his eyes.
Damn.
Brother, why your eyes so yellow?
What's going on, man?
What can tequila do?
AI is starting to take the jobs of fortune tellers.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
You said enough.
I'm going to leave that one.
Did you see the AI in New Zealand? The grocery store?
No.
There's a grocery store in New Zealand, and I understand what they're trying to do. And essentially it was, when you go to the store itself, when you buy a product, this AI would then spit out a recommendation of what you might like. So it'd give you a recipe, all right? The problem is, a lot of the recipes that this particular AI is spitting out, they will kill you. So I'll give you a few examples here. So a supermarket chain in New Zealand made some changes to their AI-powered recipe app after it delivered some potentially deadly recommendations. What was one? They called the aromatic water mix, which is called the perfect non-alcoholic beverage to quench your thirst. It's actually a recipe to make chlorine gas.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. There was another one. It was, You just found in a very chirpy tone, gave them recipes for things like ant poison jelly sandwiches. Quote, serve the methanol-glued turpentine-coated bread slices with a tomato and potato mixture. Yeah, so they can take that offline, try to work that out a little bit.
You know what this all makes me know? That I'm getting old. I can't keep up with things, and I find more and more that the reason why people say back in my day is because things change and they drive you crazy as they grow older, and the list just goes on.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 hilarious things all men do.
I thought I'd put it in there.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
what's the list?
Hang on. I gotta find it.
I could do an impression.
Oh, there you go. It is the 10 things that'll drive you crazy as you grow older, Ted. Go ahead, do
10 things that will drive you crazy as you get older. Like the fact your neighbor's dog barks all the time.
Plucking great pubic hairs.
That's a bad impression.
That's not bad. Here, let's try it again.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 things that will drive you crazy as you grow older. I've got a few that just rattle my bladder. Social media abbreviations happen to be on top of that list. For example, IDK. Just spell it out. I don't know. Here's what I do know. I have zero issues as I age, becoming the old man out in his backyard, screaming at the squirrels for eating all the hummingbird feed. But I will leave you with this one poignant thought. STFU.
Damn. Good work. All right, so these are 10 things that'll drive you crazy.
It's amazing that he's one of the top hired babysitters in all Seattle.
He's brilliant, man. 5 stars all across the board.
The sad part is he'd be really good at it.
Just eat your vegetables.
He'd creep everybody else out of the park, but he'd be good babysit your kid.
Number 10, the last thing on the list is just straight up getting older. Nobody likes it. I hit a point where after I turned 30, now every birthday I am no longer happy to see it.
I'm torn. Look, mentally, I'm delighted getting older because you shed the skin of caring about things. You really do. And you just get smarter about what really matters to you.
Yep.
That part's awesome. But you trade that for knees that hurt for no reason.
Oh, God.
Why do your knees hurt? Because I have knees.
Because I have them. Extreme hard sounds at number 9.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting worse with that.
Yeah?
Which is why it's cool to have kids in the house.
I did find at the Greta Van Fleet show last week, I was like, can we turn this down just a little bit?
Oh, no, Mike, no. You can't say it at a concert.
Does it have to be
so
loud?
It's a climate pledge arena.
My ears are squelching a little bit.
I do complain about some cars more now.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're real cool with your loud Civic.
I've said that forever.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, man, he's going to get laid.
Now he does.
That was you.
Yeah, well, he does. He does.
Right.
Right.
That's why when I walk, I go.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
And they get down. That's why when I walk on the sidewalk, you hear me going. Works for me too.
Look, I can go to Aurora and get laid too.
Look, we always say this, but I know and look, if you're into those cars, I get it. I have friends that are acquaintances, but it does work.
It does.
It's a different type of chick, but it works.
Different world.
Yeah, that's why I started listening to country music.
Your parents getting older.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's weird.
Because I can't just talk to my parents now.
No.
Hey, guys, how are you? Hey, your father's still limping. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Right.
I know. I'm saying, like, how are you doing? I understand other things are going on.
Right.
But, like, you just went on a vacation. Maybe I'm asking more about that.
Right. How things going over there? Oh, good as long as the Joe Biden administration gets out of my wallet. Like, all right.
Like that, and like my mom's turning 80 next year. I just worry about her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just she's turning 80. Like,
I worry about falling now in the shower or whatever.
Mom, how are you? 6 memories of their older self. Somebody shared that they really started to dislike memories of themselves. They remember things that they've done, and sometimes it makes them sick to their stomach.
Everyone's made mistakes and done stupid stuff in their life. You can't beat yourself up. You just got to say, hey, I'm smarter than that, and you got to forgive yourself and move on.
It's never a good excuse, but it's an understood excuse. Sure. I was young and I was stupid.
Right. And as long as if you don't recognize it, then you have an issue.
That's the problem.
Sure.
And it hits me every once in a while, like, Jesus, dude, you're going to hell.
Right. Not often, but I did stupid stuff when I was a kid, too. And why did I do it? Because it sounded like a good idea at the time, and I just wanted to do it. Right.
But the flip side of that is, I say to anyone who's younger, like, if you're going to be an idiot, do it now, man.
Right. But
you will be forgiven, and you'll forgive yourself.
Right. And now as I get older, it's like, oh, yeah, taking a baseball bat to a mailbox, that sucks for me because I have to go fix the doggone thing.
At least you didn't take a bomb and blow one up.
There you go.
I kidnapped someone, and I've forgiven myself. They might still be upset.
He's like, oh, I'm glad you can forgive you for that.
I hope he is glad, because, like, I have, brother.
Additional fees added to the price afterwards. Again, these are 10 things that'll drive you crazy as you grow older. No freaking kidding, dude. What is the doggone service fee on all these ticket prices?
It's unbelievable.
It's garbage.
I think part of the difference is this, because they say a convenience fee or a service fee, and I'm like, but it's all run through an algorithm and a computer.
And why is it $45?
And you're making me do this.
Right.
Like, I'm a dude who likes to deal with cash and have a hard copy of stuff. That's just me, right? I don't need all the apps and all the rest of the stuff, and I know that's where the world is going. It is what it is, but, like, you're not making this convenient for me.
What I am paying for the convenience of not having to drive to the box office has been well since paid off by the first 100 people that paid your convenience fee.
And guess what?
Beyond this, it's trash.
I'll go to the box office. I have no problem doing that.
Well, sure, you live in Seattle, man, but my ass down there in Tacoma, I got to drive all the way out here.
Well, you should have a convenience fee.
That's fair. Functioning well on little sleep.
It's hard to do.
It's difficult to do. God.
I find myself going to sleep earlier as much as I possibly can, just based on the fact that I need it. Not because I want to.
Because I do like 6 or 6.5 hours, and I've always been right around there. That's just how I roll, right?
I still get about 7. It's patchy after 4, but I get 7.
If I could, I'd sleep 9.
Do you find yourself hating yourself when, like, the 8 o'clock hour is still active when you're in bed?
What do you mean, at night?
Like, oh, damn it, it's 8:55. Why am I in bed?
Yeah. If I'm in bed at 8:55, I know why.
Yeah. It was a fun-ass Saturday.
And my wife has told me, like, you need to go to bed, man. It's getting bad.
Oh, right. So I'm the opposite. I had too much fun. I did it last week. Fair weekend was great. I was laying in bed by about 8:55 Sunday night.
And the bitch is that you're still paying for it on the Monday.
Yeah.
And you still, the hangover, that's a little different.
Expectation of always being available. Look, I'm old. I got a job. I got a family I got to take care of. I got a roof to keep over my head. I'm doggone busy.
I feel like the older you get, the more that you can just say the hell with that. Like, no, because you learn how to say no.
Right.
I think the older you get, the more you learn, like, no, that's not it. It's school night.
We were,
whatever the deal is. Like,
we had a show not terribly long ago where we were all going to go, but then they were like, showtime's at 9. Like, 9 o'clock?
No.
Like Friday night, I'll go. Friday night,
Friday night's your best bet.
Wait a minute, this thing starts at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday?
But I still think to myself, boy, I'm going to have a hard time getting up early tomorrow to do what I want.
Yes! Number 2, anything that takes place outside of your house. Yet again, it goes back to being okay with saying no. Like, you know what? No, I'm good. I don't want to go anywhere. But the number one thing that'll drive you crazy as you grow older, and I had this problem when I was in teenage years, the rearranging of the grocery store.
Damn you, Ballard Fred Meyer.
No, get the hell
I've been there
off.
30 times and I still can't figure it out.
I will say my wife, that is something my wife holds near and dear to her heart, man. They I can't remember the Safeway or QFC, but they switched up whatever.
Okay. They did it 2 months ago.
I'm serious.
It's lost her S. And the Target we go to?
Yeah.
So they switched it up about a year ago. And, like, seriously, man, she comes home in a bad mood. I'm like, babe, all they did was I don't care. How they do it now is stupid. Why would I have to walk here to go? I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to get
into 10 minutes looking for cottage cheese.
The hell is this world?
Now, that is an old man statement.
Yeah, it's been damn
cottage cheese, bro.
Ma'am,
not even like a 6-pack of beer.
Cheese?
Where's your cottage cheese?
Dairy section has been here since 1963.
It wasn't with all the other dairies on an end cap.
What's this crap? A man in Finland stored 26.5 pounds of dynamite in 2 cars owned by his friend, but
thankfully there's good news.
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast, an Odyssey podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Want more Men's Room content? Follow the Men's Room page of the Odyssey app and check out my live stream, A Moment with Mike Hawk and Nothing in Particular with Steve the Thrill Hill. Going live Thursdays and Fridays at 1, exclusively on the Men's Room page of the Odyssey app.
Hard to admit it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast an unidentified woman from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Although her story happened back in February, we're hearing about it now because she has filed a lawsuit against her local police department. Why did she file a lawsuit against her local police department? I am very glad you asked. It all started when she texted a friend, quote, "I think I shot myself." Well, then her friend called 911, and police immediately went to her house. Because you see, her friend was concerned about her mental health because she knew that she had health problems, and they'd been texting about it earlier. So our honoree, she had bad hip issues that made it difficult for her to walk or climb stairs, and she explained this to the cops through her Ring doorbell when they showed up, but she didn't need help. And she asked the cops to leave, but the cops wouldn't leave. Instead, they put tape over the Ring doorbell camera and then waited for 2 hours outside until our honoree finally opened the door just to see if they were still there. Well, when she opened the door, they dragged her outside, and then for the next 26 hours, she was in police custody. 2 hours inside of her house while they searched around, and they found a handgun. It was registered, but they found her handgun. 11 hours at the hospital because they roughed her up a little bit, followed by 13 more hours at the police station. Now, eventually, she was released, being that the cops realized she had not shot herself. Kind of easy to tell. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, don't send text saying, "I think I shot myself," if you don't want the cops to show up. Well, she didn't, at least not on purpose. All she was trying to text her friend was that she thought she'd S'd herself, as in she thought she'd pooped herself, but thanks to autocorrect, they changed the I to the O, which got her friend all weirded out, which called the cops, and for 26 hours she's detained because she'd pooped herself. And autocorrect switched it up to, "I think I shot myself." Nice. That's a hell of a day.
I mean, that's just ducking ridiculous.
It is ducking ridiculous. It really is, man. This poor woman crapped her pants in her own home, and as a result of that, for 26 hours, had to deal with cops, hospitals, and
over
all the
a
rest.
day.
Yeah. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bitchola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steve Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I bet your ass I can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Brad. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Brad, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Today you have your choice of one of three stories. We have Bite Me, where you try to guess what someone found in their food. Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
Let's go Interior Decorating.
All right, we go to China, where a young man thank you. Where a young man has been experiencing severe headaches lately. He was shocked to learn that he'd been living with something that was left inside of his skull for the last 20 years. The man, a 28-year-old man, he'd been suffering from random headaches for as long as he could remember. Only lately, they've been getting more frequent and more severe. So at first, he thought that the pain was caused by his lack of sufficient sleep on weekdays, but sleeping wasn't the answer. So finally, things got so bad, he decided to go to the hospital, where doctors did discover a rather bizarre cause of the pain. While performing an MRI, doctors at the Sichuan University General Hospital discovered a strange object lodged in the left side of his skull. Doctors told the man that he was lucky to be alive, as the object was really close to the temple, but had not fully penetrated the skull or hit the brain. So he was scheduled for emergency surgery at the end of last month, and the object was successfully removed. He has since been discharged and is recovering at home. Now, the question is, what did he have lodged in his skull for 20 years? Was it nail clippers, a bullet, a razor blade, or a needle? So nail clippers, bullet, razor blade, or needle. One of these four things have been in his head for 20 years.
My first guess would be the nail clippers, but what does Ted think?
This one is pretty easy to me. If I could just think of his name. I know the answer to this one because of Roy Hobbs from The Natural. It's a bullet.
It's a bullet, huh?
This is directly related to The Natural, yes.
Well, remember Roy Hobbs had a bullet stuck in him.
I know he did.
Hey, Brad, I'm going to go I'm going needle, man.
For years.
I think that's the bullets. I think is too obvious. It's got to be something off the wall a little bit.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
You're going to go against a natural theory?
So what are you thinking, Brad?
I'm going with the nail clippers.
Okay. What did he have lodged in his skull for 20-plus years? Was it nail clippers, a bullet, a razor blade, or a needle? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Category is interior decorating on Profiles. We have a young man in China. He's had severe headaches because something was left in his skull 20-some years ago. The object was successfully removed. I'm assuming the headaches went away. Question is, what was in his skull? Nail clippers, a bullet, razor blade, or a needle?
And Brad, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with the Ted Smith.
Ah, damn it.
Let us not start with the Ted Smith. Let us start with Miles Montgomery.
Oh, that's crap, and you know
Sorry,
it.
man.
Yeah. What a BS thing to do.
Miles.
Which means I lost 10 wins.
You went with a needle? I'm going to do that. In fact, just because you're so essy about it, I'm going to give you this one.
I was on a streak, man. I was doing real well.
Normally, I was going
to be 4
But no, you get the, which to me is just more dramatic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Brad, you went with the nail clippers. You just get to let that.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, man.
Let's go to the Roy Hobbs
How would even nail clippers get embedded in your skull for 20 years and you don't know?
I wonder how long his nails are.
I'm just... And Ted, you went with the bullet.
Yes!
Wow. Now, the other question is, how do you have a bullet in your head and you forgot that it's there?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what happened to Roy Hobbs. I'm pretty sure he forgot he got shot on the train or whatever.
I had to skip that part of the story, but basically when the doctors approached him and said, bro, there's a bullet in your head, he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. This thing happened one night. And they're like, yeah, try not to forget that you got shot in the head.
This thing happened?
Did he also strike out the Whammer?
Jesus. He did
Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Yes, Mike, I'm quite pleased with myself. It's been a few weeks since I've had a good random theory.
Right you are, Ted.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wow.
I knew we'd use that drop.
What's that, Miles?
Right you are, Ted.
Yes. Yeah. He just loves saying it. Mike, before we get into other TV stuff, I just want to say, so Mike just did his news tease segment.
Thank you.
And it was something about things that make you feel old.
Right you are, Ted.
And it's funny because Miles and I had a very old man moment today. I was, sometimes I'll talk about the shows I have watched the night before. And I just said, hey, Miles, do you still watch Air Disasters? And he goes, I watched it last night. And I go, all right, which one? Now, we happen to watch different ones. But, I was just like, didn't miss a beat.
Nope.
The one on the Reno Air Show.
They had a whole marathon of that on last night.
So they go in bulk. What channel is that? Is that the Smithsonian channel?
Yeah. So
they it's either like Aerial America for like 2 days straight.
Right.
Or it's Air Disasters.
Right you are, Ted.
Air Disasters is tough, though, because sometimes there are newer ones and commercial jet airliners. I don't like that.
I don't like that, man.
All right. Now for some sad news. Anybody in here a King of the Hill fan?
Yeah. How can you not be?
King of the Hill is so good. I'm pretty sure I've seen almost all of them.
I'm right there with you.
Just a quality show. So Johnny Hardwick has passed away. You would know him best for being the voice of Dale Gribble on King of the Hill. I was going to say, he started performing stand-up in 1990 in Texas, eventually landing his first stand-up appearance on the Jon Stewart Show a few years later. He was, King of the Hill is probably where he was most known for playing Dale, the conspiracy-obsessed friend of the show's lead, Hank Hill.
I know what's wrong with it. It's a Ford. You know what they say Ford stands for, don't you? It stands for fix it again, Tony.
You're thinking of a Fiat, Dale.
Fix it again.
I also saw a lot of people today saying, the government finally got Dale. Right? That's his whole
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, right. He was, before, nowadays, it's, chic and cool to be a conspiracy theory person, right? Sure. When King of the Hill started, Dale was kind of the crazy one.
Everyone recognized that it's funny.
You're making a joke about someone being an idiot.
Right.
Now it's just dude, really?
Yeah, right. He never picks up that his wife is sleeping with, John Redcorn?
Yeah, that's right. That's right every time.
Right. His son looks like John, not him.
I just dropped Nancy off. She needs to get another cleansing.
Yeah.
John Redcorn.
That's the other random thing about that. You're always impressed that Dale pulled that kind of tail. But then it's well, I don't know how much you pulled there. But yeah, that's sad news. And like I said, King of the Hill is great. King of the Hill is one of those shows that I know I got some friends, their kids started watching it. They started learning it. And I've said this before. Anytime a show ends and they roll the credits, and then Hank Hill rolls up on that riding lawnmower and gives you an extra little lesson or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're real, but it warms my heart.
Well, it was kind of a secret thing, but they either signed him for the new updated version of the contract. So he was signed in. They don't know if these episodes are done, if they're making a movie. They haven't released that stuff yet.
Oh, that's right.
It's supposed to be coming back.
Yes. So they don't know if they're already in the can or they just signed him on and he was on board. So there could be some more episodes that include him, but I don't know.
What do you think you do there?
I think you just get someone else to voice the character.
Yeah.
I don't think the character, it's like anything else. Mel Blanc is gone, but the characters remain.
Correct. Because people like the character. You definitely respect the guy that voiced it, but I don't think, if you do bring King of the Hill back, I think it's worse to kill off the character Dale because the guy died. I understand what a tribute that would be, but people want the character.
And at the same time, it's not a Norm Macdonald, John Warburton, where it's their voice. This was a voice that he was doing. So,
but also what Brittany Murphy died, and she was the voice of Luann. Correct?
Yep,
yeah,
that is a fact.
Oh yeah, that's a very good call.
So you kind of keep it going because you still like the characters, But I'm sure in some way they will pay tribute to them.
You bet.
You can't not.
Yeah, and there's been a few shows. Where especially with cartoons where people have passed on.
Yeah.
Hell, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they just fired the original Aunt Viv.
And you're supposed to act like you don't notice that she looks entirely different.
Real.
Yeah.
And the attitude's different because different actresses are going to put their own spin on it. Right. But you just kind of went, okay.
And the second Aunt Viv just wasn't as good.
Agreed.
Right? Isn't there another famous show where they like swapped out the kids?
I feel like that was Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
All right.
I feel like one of the daughters, they just straight up were like, switch them out.
Well, back in the day, they did it with Bewitched, right? So the two main characters were the husband and wife, and the husband was whoever he was, and the wife's whoever she was. The sitcom, wildly successful, and I don't know if the guy died or contracting, whatever. They just brought on a different guy.
Well, not TV, but movies. I mean, Vacation seemed like every time the family, the Griswolds went out, they had different kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
they do.
A couple stuck around, but I mean,
that's part of the reason I like Christmas Vacation so much is Johnny Galecki? Not Galecki. Yeah,
Johnny Galecki.
I just think they're funnier as the kids. But also, look, I'm a Seinfeld nerd. The first season, the parents are different. And most people don't realize that. Yeah.
Well, they did that on 30 Rock, Tina Fey, because they had Rachel Dratch playing whatever the character was. The next year, same character, entirely different woman. Jane Krasinski, I believe is her name. But you went from a short blonde to a short brunette to a fairly tall blonde. And the way they addressed it was like she just had, I don't know, some kind of operation.
Let's see. Wayne Brady.
Wait, Roseanne with Becky. People are throwing it out there. Boy Meets World with Morgan. I never watched Boy Meets World, so I don't know.
I did watch that show, but I don't remember that.
And then in Iron Man, somebody texted in with this one. It was originally
Howard, what's his name? Guy from Empire, Hustle and Flow.
Yep. And then they changed it over to
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, right.
Terrence Howard.
And then it went to Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yes.
Well, listen, in movie franchises, how many Batmans have there been?
Right.
James Bond.
Yeah. Sure. That's not going away.
Read that by an interesting side fact about Batman. Shared this with the fellas earlier. Just rather interesting. So Robert Pattinson plays the latest iteration of Batman, right? So for the 57 years the Batman's been on TV and or movies, the Robert Pattinson version of Batman is the only Batman who did not directly kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like all the rest of them.
All the rest got away with it.
Yeah, they clearly killed someone.
And Miles asked the right question. He was like, Adam West killed people? And it's like, it's more comical, but like Thrill said, they throw them in vats of acid or bombs.
Or tied the bomb to him, but they said, and I've seen all of them, but I did not realize Robert Pattinson, he beat the piss out of a lot of people.
Hey, I spent the weekend in a vat of acid. Great time. I lived.
All right, so Wayne Brady, he can act, he can sing, he can host. Listen, Wayne Brady caught a lot of heat there for a lot of years. Wayne Brady is a super talented dude.
He's very talented.
When he came back and kind of reestablished himself on the Chappelle show. I thought that was awesome. He just became the punching bag. And I will say this, Wayne Brady, too, became the punching bag, not just black people together, but white people started giving him crap. And I was like, damn, Wayne Brady doesn't deserve it.
You know what? I think Chappelle show saved him.
Yeah, that's what
I said. So now he just came out. He's pansexual. He says, quote, to me, pan means being, wow. Anything that starts with pan, I just think of pizza. To me, pan means delicious crust.
Pan, crusty people.
Pan means being attracted to anyone who identifies as gay, straight, bi, transsexual, or non-binary. Being able to be attracted across the board. I could have just said he's attracted to anybody he wants to be.
In other words, Wayne is open for business. That is what he's telling you. I'll F anyone in this room.
Yeah, and look, sexuality is a complicated thing. A lot of times it's not, for a lot of people, as easy as straight or gay.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There could be there's a famous Kinsey scale or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that could happen in there. And some people feel odd even talking about it or admitting to it. So, I kind of respect that it came out and it's just I don't know if I'm attracted to somebody, I want to be with them.
Because I think his point is probably it's only weird if you're weird.
Like what you like. There's a reason there's a bunch of selections on the menu.
Mm-hmm. You ever been to Baskin Robbins, brother?
You ever been to Cheesecake Factory?
I won't not like cheesecake you like.
Man, it's a 7-page Bible.
Now, also, we're getting to that time of year. I've already done... What's that?
Screaming rut?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've been in the rut.
Is that why you keep rubbing your head on trees?
I got to be careful when I go to Montana. Seriously.
The bison to come over and pet you.
That time of year where you're in August, we're almost to mid-August, things slow down. You've probably been to your summer concerts, maybe a festival. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've already taken a vacation, and you know it's around the corner. Football.
Yeah.
All right? Mm-hmm. People are already worked up and arguing with each other. Also, a lot of teams have been in camp for about a week and a half now. So basically, your Seahawks are going to have their first preseason game of the year tonight. Now, listen, it won't matter. This is just for playing positions. Like, none of the starters are going to play. They're taking on the Vikings. But also, like, I respect the fact the first one's at home. I hope there's people down there right now tailgating. It's like I say for the spring game in college. I like to tailgate it. Yeah. These tailgaters need to be informed, too. Right? It's the same thing. You go to a preseason game, set up your tailgate, go to the bars you go to.
Warm it up, man.
Ted, does the Seahawk win a lock tonight?
Not bad, Miles.
Actually, that's a pretty good Seahawks joke. Well done.
I'm assuming he's the guy, right?
We've got to see a bunch of Drew locks tonight.
He's throwing some picks.
I would be...
Let's be honest.
I would be shocked if Gino starts. But...
A play, maybe.
Yeah, I was like, you just never know with Pete Carroll. But generally, now because there's only 3 games, I feel like that second game, you're going to get more guys starting. I've also heard some of the practices have been more intense now that there's only 3 games, as they don't want guys getting hurt in the games.
Sure. Starting to pad up a little bit, yeah.
But either way, King 5, if you're listening to us on the Odyssey app and you're not around here, NFL Network will have it on too. But that kicks off at 7 p.m.
Yay for us.
I know, it's kind of nice.
No 5 o'clock BS.
All they're worried about is people in the Northwest.
I know, thank you.
Start at 7.
Thank you.
5:15 games are tough. But yeah, I'm going to go home and watch that. And for the first time this year, go Hawks.
There you go. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Quote, I'm not a very good at shoplifting. Florida man tells the cops. Meanwhile, a spider that can bite and give permanent erections is where I'd like to shop. In that grocery store, where it still hasn't been located.
Oh, God.
West Virginia DJ gets into a whole lot of trouble with the law. A bin man who shot himself in the thigh was quick on the draw. And if someone puts 26 pounds of dynamite in your car, are they your friend? It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story. We go to Finland, where a man found dynamite. He made his way out to his car where he found a combined 26.5 pounds of dynamite stored in his 2 vehicles. Authorities were called, and it didn't take long to figure out that the one that put the explosives inside was actually a friend of his.
Oh.
Luckily, the friend informed everybody that he was actually just playing a joke on his old pal and never intended to detonate any of the explosives. Nevertheless, he's been arrested and faces charges.
Did he find it? Did you say this? Was it in the car, or is it hidden underneath it?
You know what? That's fair, Ted. I'm not positive. If he found it, it's got to have just been like in the back seat or something like that.
Yeah, it's like in gangster movies. They never see the dynamite. They just start their car and die.
Right.
Or blow up.
If you're going to take somebody out by rigging their car, you're not going to put it right there where they can obviously see it as they're getting into the car. However, joke or not, putting dynamite in somebody's car and saying, not a good joke.
I didn't even think it was legal to buy dynamite.
I don't know where you can buy dynamite.
All right.
Seriously. I remember when I was detailing cars, I always liked taking the road flares out of cars because that looked like dynamite sticks.
Oh, yeah.
In other news, down to Bend, Oregon, where a man suffered an accident before suffering another accident. We talked about this a little bit earlier today. He was at home cleaning his gun when the unthinkable happened. It fired, and he managed to shoot himself right in the thigh. He quickly made his way to his car and began driving himself to the nearest hospital, but things took a turn when his vision started to go blurry on the voyage, causing him to pass out behind the wheel and ram his car into a pillar. Authorities eventually made their way onto the scene and rendered aid to the man before hailing an ambulance and taking him to the ER. What I don't understand about the story is that they got there, they gave him aid, and then they called an ambulance. If I'm not mistaken, he was not far away from the hospital.
Right.
Did we really need to call a doggone ambulance and rack up this poor man's bill before we did that?
Probably why.
Then again, I think if an officer calls the ambulance, then it's on the taxpayers. It's not on you.
Is it?
Don't quote me.
I don't know.
I saw a video where it was a very heart-wrenching video. There was a man in some pretty severe distress, and he was like, I'm calling an ambulance. And the guy was like, I can't afford it. He says, nope, I called it in. Don't worry. It's not on you. So don't quote me, but I think if officials call it, then I think we're good. Over the pond to Austria, where...
I hope you're right.
Right? Don't worry, gang. Just call police. Let them call the ambulance, and you're good to go. I'm Mike Hawk. Over the pond to Austria, where a supermarket was forced to shut down for fears of giving men permanent erections. The story goes that an employee was going about his business when he spotted a Brazilian wandering spider in amongst the bananas in their produce section. The arachnid is known for hiding inside of banana bunches and is one of the most venomous spiders on the planet. Bite from this spider can be fatal after causing hypothermia, blurred vision, convulsions, and in some cases, permanent erections. An exterminator was called, and the building is taking the proper protocols to ensure the safety of their customers. Miles just brought us the update. Still haven't found the doggone thing.
Well, I mean, it's a spider.
Sure. You know what? I dusted off a hat today. I wanted to wear my Seahawks hat today, and it's been in a bin in storage forever. And I pulled it out. One of those doggone hobo spiders was on it. And luckily I threw the hat down, and then it just frickin' appeared. I have no idea. Now it was a baby one, but it's somewhere around that doggone house. Oh, yeah. It's a little baby one, but this is the time of year. Like, you give it another month, those bad boys are just going to be sitting there giant.
Yeah.
All over the doggone house, and I hate that.
You were going to kill me when I was on your head. I'm a big boy now.
Dude, I kid you not. My worst story of one of those. Look, they're big, ugly, and freaky looking doggone things. Like, I don't know how y'all in Australia deal with the doggone husband
I do not understand that.
Well, they're used to it. I'm just saying, it's different. They don't know no better. They don't know any better.
They don't know no better. They don't know no better. They're just little big ass spiders. Stupid. Hey.
It was a prison island. They should be happy there's anything.
But man, you know, those spiders, and I call it the hobo spider, I call it the wolf spider. You know what I'm talking about. Those big frickin' things that are literally the size of your doggone hand. My worst story with one of those is I was taking a shower. And my shower was basically big enough for me to stand in. It was a nice, concise little square that wasn't any more than 3 feet wide.
Sure.
And that little bastard was on the doggone shower curtain, staring me right in the doggone face. That sucked, because now I'm naked.
What did you do?
Luckily, I had a back scrubber, and so I grabbed that thing and I swatted it down, and like a spider, it freaking disappeared. I have no idea where it went, but then my sister screamed in the other room, so I know where he went.
I had one in my shower like 2 weeks ago.
God, that sucks.
Not cool. You're going to die.
Use up my conditioner.
It's actively taking a shower. Washing under its
What are you doing, man? Get off my loofah.
They're hairy spiders, Miles. Like, they need to make sure that they got the good shine.
Hey, Mike, next time, do what I did. Smash him with your hand.
Are you using my facial rub?
Dude, he was on the curtain. If I did that, he would have just flooped around, and then he could have,
take no chances.
Turned over.
Once they're in your house, it's game on.
It is game on. You know what? I don't mind you living in my house. You keep the bugs down. I love you, spiders. Have at it. You're the roommate I really don't want to see, because every time I see you, I just want to squish your ass. On that note, that is it for your headlines. With that, go Hawks. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time for a return of Ted versus the FCC. And, of course, it'll be a Bad Choice Friday.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.